Ooga fucking new. Actually, fuck it, Brockus. I'm gonna go get some noodles. You take over.
All right, well, ooga fucking ooga cunts. Welcome to the cunt stream, and today we got Bloodsports.
This isn't the cunt stream. This is Silver Age Bloodsports.
No, it's still on the cunt stream. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
We're old
fuck
as
you.
Fuck.
Yes, it's called Silver Age Bloodsports because everybody except Schmeckel is apparently old, even though Schmeckel looks older than all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, right? That's what drugs will do to you, man.
That is exactly what drugs do to you. That's what drugs will do to you. That's what heavy drinking will do to you. Just don't tell poisoning blow.
What's wrong with heavy drinking?
Yeah, I'm drunk right now.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Too much heavy drinking will fuck you up, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was told.
Hold on. Too much is subjective. I can deal with that.
I ain't gotta worry. I'm Irish as fuck.
Awesome.
Yeah, like me, you kind of need alcohol for fuel.
Yeah.
That is what keeps us going.
Yes. Are we all Irish?
Holy shit, I think we are.
God damn, this will be a fucking fight.
Fucking Irish stream,
God damn
man.
it.
Well, no wonder we like to fucking fight with our,
Irish.
with our fists and all kinds of other things.
I'm gonna have a conversation with him. My four knuckles in his jaw.
I'm Irish, Scottish, and Native American, so if I tried an accent, I don't know how it would come out.
My grandmother's off the boat, and she was like, my grandfather's German, so he when he came to America in the 40s, it was not popular to speak German or to like be German, so he gave all that up and loved hot dogs and apple pie and baseball and John Wayne and like obsessed over those things and threw away his accent and his culture and all that. My grandma got real pissed off about that, I think. So she was like Irish to the bone to the day she died. She was like, I'm not giving that shit up. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not giving that shit up.
Look, my husband, I guess his parents, they don't really understand like the nuances of genetics. So they bought an ancestry DNA kit and they gave it to one of their kids saying, you don't all need one because it'll all be the same because you're all from the same parents. Not understanding that your kids can get different parts of, your DNA and that they could actually all have different parts of their ancestry.
Yeah.
But they gave it just to the older brother and he did it and basically 100% Irish. They're supposed to be part Iroquois, none of that in his older brother. Super fucking Irish.
All right. So now that we've conceded that we're all likely to be drunk and fighting at any given moment.
Yeah.
Let's get to drunk and fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brockus, what the fuck
What
are
up?
you pro-vaccine for?
What? Because there are a lot of fucking illnesses out there that could kill children. I don't know. It's pretty simple concept, Hey, preemptively get rid of the possibility of my child dying of a fucking illness that has actually killed possibly millions over history's time, or I don't know. Fuck it, see what happens.
But have you ever actually thought of the fact that, like, I'm okay with the shots that I got as a kid because we are the long-term study for what's going to fucking happen with the shots they give us, right? We're the only actual, like, long-term human studies on that shit. So I'm fine with my kids getting the shots that I got, but I feel like I got to do a lot of research into all of the new shots, the shots that I didn't get that my
We're the
kids
fucking
get.
test. We're like, there've been so many vaccines added since 1983. It's ridiculous. And like the shots I got like 4 shots. That's it.
I don't remember any of that shit.
I got
like,
Bunch.
no. I had to when I went to college. I was like 27, so I had to like bring up my shot records and shit. And I was like, holy shit! I had four vaccinations, and they want my kid to have like 21 vaccinations. What the fuck?
A lot of those vaccines your kid is getting, it's more than 21. It's a lot more than 21. There's
A lot of them are
triple
like
vaccine,
triple vaccines.
quadruple, and
Yeah, but like when I say I had 4, one of them was MMR, which is a triple vaccine.
yeah.
Measles, mumps, and rubella. I had that one.
I had like a list of shots. I worry about the people that give my kids shots too, because I have this horrible, vivid memory because we were, government kids, poor kids. You go to like the gym at the school, and the nurse there is giving you your shots, and there's one of them that you're supposed to get in your leg, and I was already kind of freaked out by needles, and I kind of like moved, and the nurse was mad at me, and I ended up with a shot like jabbed in my freaking knee, and she just gave me the shot like that anyway, and it hurt like a bitch. And so
Yeah.
it freaks me out.
So all I'm hearing is like you guys have a problem with a little bit of uncomfort for a long term.
No. Bullshit.
No.
Here's the problem I have. The problem I have is that you say it's a vaccine, and suddenly people are like, okay, it's infallible. And it's made by the same exact company that every single product they put on the market ends up in a class action lawsuit 180 days later.
Right.
Every fucking product they put on the market, and everybody's like, oh, the pharmaceutical industry is fucking crooked as shit. They put all these antidepressants that kill people and blah blah, but their vaccines are fucking flawless. Bullshit.
Yeah, like I'm not one of them super, don't vaccinate your kids people. My kids have had their vaccines. I just feel like I need to do a lot more research into the ones that I don't fucking know anything about, because
My kids got delayed. They wanted to give my kid Hep A and Hep B, like literally within an hour of being born. All right, Hep A and Hep B, and I was like, when are the first boosters due? And they were like 18 months, and I was like, don't give them the vaccine. And they were like, what? And I was like, Hep A and Hep B are sexually transmitted diseases. Who the fuck is going to be touching my child like that in the first 18 months?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
What the
one at
fuck?
all. Like, why
Like
does
he's an hour old. You want to jab him with full of chemicals? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I would call that human error rather than
No, they
product
do.
error.
Like that's
That's the standard. That's the standard for hospitals. They were actually really upset with me. They sent in nurses wearing masks that were like, "Well, we have to wear masks around people who refuse vaccinations." And I was like, "My son's in the NICU. I have my vaccinations. What the fuck?" Well, yeah, you're just coming in here to make a show. You're coming in here to influence me. That's why you're coming in here. That's bullshit.
That's the problem, though. See, when I say it's human error, I mean that there was a decided factor amongst the board of that particular hospital to sit down and say, okay, so how can we charge people extra without them actually realizing it? Oh, I know. Why don't we actually give children vaccinations for shit they don't actually need vaccinated on right now?
But it's not just that
But
hospital.
it's a vaccine, so it's infallible. See, that's the mindset of the country is, oh, but you can't question vaccines. If you do, you need to put on a tinfoil hat. No,
I never said
you can
that. I never
totally fucking question vaccines. You can
Oh,
question
no. Question everything. My stance on almost anything is question everything. If it doesn't sound right to you, fucking ask questions. If you're not sure where this information is coming from and you'd like to look into it yourself, look into it yourself. I'm not saying don't question vaccines ever. I'm just saying at its base form, when it comes to the concept of vaccinations, vaccinate your fucking kids. Don't sit there and say, no, there's nothing ever that's going to happen to my child in the expanse of their life that will cause me to look back and say, damn, I should have got them vaccinated. Are you fucking kidding me? Shit happens all the fucking time. That's just how it works.
All right. The vaccines that are out there, measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria. What are the mortality rates on those with today's modern antibiotics?
I don't even know what the fuck mumps are, okay? I'm one of those people that you could say I was sheltered, but I never gave a fuck to actually pay
It's
attention.
like 1% of 1%. It's like it's almost impossible to die of mumps in the modern era.
But
Like,
you do
the
have to
treatments are
worry.
there.
You do have to worry about the herd immunity. Like we can't just like stop.
Oh, herd immunity, my ass. Like, your vaccinated kid is only endangered by my unvaccinated kid if the vaccine that your kid doesn't work.
No. I'm saying we can't stop, vaccinating for mumps and think that it's never going to come back, because then you no longer have that herd immunity. You don't have that protection of the masses.
You're talking about not herd immunity. You're talking about disease eradication.
Well, I mean, you need, as many people to be immune to it as possible. But if
I don't
you
know, like,
stop vaccinating, then at a certain point, you've got more that are not aren't immune to it.
I'm on the fence about that. Like I worry about that. Like because one of the major issues the CDC talks about worrying about, and this is a legitimate thing. Like if you go look it up, is the idea of like lost prions or like old diseases. Like they go to Antarctica, for example, and they dig in the snow and they try and find bacteria and shit that like we've never experienced. You think about the Native Americans that when smallpox reached America, it was like it fucking devastated them because they'd never seen it. Think about an ancient disease, right? An ancient disease that humans have never really been in contact with because last time it was unfrozen was the Jurassic era or some shit like that. And we come in contact with it and it fucking wipes us out. All right. Think about the same thing with the mumps. We make ourselves herd immune for 200-300 years. And for some reason, I don't know, our kids, it becomes an idiocracy and they're more worried about whatever the fucking Bronto Cola or whatever it was, you know, having electrolytes. And they end up taking mumps off the table, and it comes back and wipes out humanity. I mean, honestly, in that situation, it might be a good thing to wipe out humanity, but still.
Well, I mean, if you're really worried about a disease wiping out humanity, though, the one that's gonna do it is the one we don't have effective vaccines for, and it's the flu. Like they already know that. That's why science focuses so much on it. Like they're working on trying to make a vaccine that'll cover more versions of the flu.
Well, you know, stop worrying about trying to prevent it. Just worry about how to cure it. Because there's so many variations. If you can figure out how to fucking cure it, then that's the golden pill right there.
Well, that's actually the thing. They're using the 1918 flu epidemic. They've gotten strains and DNA stuff from that, and they're using it to try and find a way to make a better vaccine for the flu that will more what is it, like morph with the flu, so it can cover more strains of the flu.
Oh yeah, so we get a genetically engineered
Yeah.
super vaccine that can re-engineer itself as needed, and you know,
Yeah,
forget the AI takeover. You know, we're just gonna it'll be biological. It's like we were all worried about the robots.
Right? No, worry about
Speaking of robots, where's the blood, man? Brockus, I was told to expect great violence from you.
The only reason, like, I mean, I can get loud, I can get mean, and I can fuck your shit up.
It's Bloodsports, man.
We just all agree too much, man. We need someone we fucking disagree with.
Oh no, I actually I still disagree with Dolphin's fucking stance on vaccines. Like I'm actually looking up hepatitis A and hepatitis B right now. And it looks like, yeah, you can get it through sex, so it does constitute as an STD, but it's showing that you could actually get it through other factors, like basically being an unhealthy person or touching,
or getting a tattoo, or
things. To tattoos. It's basically it's
yeah,
kind
it's
of like
nothing that a baby is going to go through.
It's just
if you're a good parent.
Yeah, it's their assumption that you're going to be a shitty parent. They must vaccinate your child at birth because the state automatically assumes that you will be a shitty parent.
Yeah, you're not gonna like wash your kid, and you're gonna just throw them in a dumpster and let them roll around in fucking heroin needles and shit.
To be fair, in my mother's case, the state made a good assumption.
yeah, there were a lot of heroin needles in your crib, but we don't fault you for that.
Not in my crib, but you know, we did a
lot
of wandering in the woods.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just what pisses me off about the vaccine argument when it comes to this shit is usually you get somebody who thinks they know more than the doctors, but at the same time, then you've got the doctors who are a bunch of corrupt assholes who sit there and fucking tell you what you need and what you have to have, all while we know for a fact that there are multiple cases of doctors and lawyers that work for doctors and hospitals and shit like that have gone out of their way to actually gyp a lot of people out of money.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
rich
my,
people,
my brother.
middle class people, and shit like that.
Well, I'll throw an extra one in there for you. Like your average doctor coming out of med school has a ton of debt and no real direction. They're thrown into an internship that pays shit and expected to live on loans. And the only person that will actually come around and give them suggestions as to how they can solve problems is the pharmaceutical rep at the hospital who's like, oh, here's your cheat sheet. If somebody's hypertension, give them this. If somebody's this, give them that. And it's just a list of their company's drugs. And pharmaceutical companies pay people to go to hospitals and help out doctors like know what to prescribe for what illnesses and what problems. And if you go to any doctor's office, you'll see the pharmaceutical reps that have hit them. It'd be like, oh, is this a Procter and Gamble office or a Merck office? Oh, it's a Merck office. Look at that.
You're missing the worst part. The way the system is set up, you have no choice but to have your kid on Medicaid or chips. You can't really get insurance for your kid through your work. It is not affordable or feasible under anybody's. Nobody has enough fucking money for that.
You should probably.
At least here in Texas. There you go. Okay.
I'm from Texas, but I'm not there. So yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you there.
But that's pretty much how the state has it set up here. You gotta have your kid on that, and then that means the state is paying for pretty much everything when your kid has to go, and they demand that you take your kid to the doctor and to the dentist more often, and then the dentist and the doctor will fuck them out of money for shit your kid doesn't really
Because the state's
need.
paying for it.
Yeah.
Wait,
They capped a bunch of my brother's teeth, and then the caps fell off, and the teeth would have been healthy underneath if not for the shit they'd done to cap them.
Well, I don't know. I grew up in a pretty nice. Well, no, I lie. I grew up in the shithole part of Texas. So, but we still have pretty good systems going on there.
There's a half-naked avatar in the stream right now. Just saying, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
whoa.
sexy.
I gotta go check that out.
Okay. You are aware that almost everything you've said thus far is complete bullshit and absolutely has no bearing in reality or is scientifically correct.
Okay, and your basis for this argument is what?
Yeah,
That the
medical
fact that you
school,
said it.
college,
Said it.
medical school, college, work, job, life, knowledge, biology, anatomy.
Okay,
How
and
things work.
you did all these
You-
things personally?
You're going to tell me that hepatitis A and B is an STD.
Yes.
And that's why. No. And you're freaked out because they want to vaccinate your child an hour after they were born. In 1983, you got 4 vaccines. In 1983, they had about 10 to 15
I was
vaccines.
born in 1981.
I said 1983.
Yeah, I was
You
born
got
in 81.
10 and 15 vaccines in 1983. And your baby is not going to be around anybody in that lifestyle, so why the hell would you need to vaccinate them for these things? I mean, really?
Yeah.
That's the argument? That is just so ridiculous on so
All
many
right.
levels.
Are you arguing that there is no inherent danger in injecting chemicals into
Did
a
I
child?
say that?
No,
Did I
no,
say
but
that?
you're implying
I
that. You're saying
No, I'm not.
you're
I'm
saying
saying
you're saying you're wrong. You should just shut up and take your vaccines. I'm saying
No,
there's
that's
a
not what I
reason to
said.
question.
Don't
There's
tell
a
me.
reason
Don't
to
tell me
argue.
don't tell me what I said, because I
Okay.
didn't say that. I
All
said
right.
you.
Well, you're telling him what
You
no
told you just
clue.
got through
You
telling
are
me that I'm
literally
wrong and that I have
quoting-
no clue.
I'm literally quoting you. Literally quoting
So what's my quote? Go for it.
Why?
Let's hear
that
my
in
quote.
1983 you got 4 vaccines and hepatitis A and B is an STD.
No. That's not what I said. What I said is that in
and then they had to wear masks
1983.
around your kid because that's what they have to do around unvaccinated children.
No,
All
no,
of
he
these-
said his
No.
kid
That
wasn't
is
in the
not what I
room.
said. That is absolutely not what I said. I said there were a lot less vaccines in 1981 when I was
You
born
said
than
you
there
got
were now.
around 4. You said you got around 4. You
In
got around 10,
1981, I was born in 1981, and then later in the
You-
conversation, I said that in 1983
you got more
they
than 4.
upped the number of
And
vaccines.
how fatal is mumps? You never hear about mumps. It's not fatal. It's 0.00 whatever percent. Why are we worried about this? Come on. Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's
What's
the
your
argument?
source? What's your source?
What's my source? That mumps sucks?
I didn't
Really?
say it didn't suck. Every illness
Okay,
sucks.
mumps Do you want to go to Syria right now and ask them how they feel about this? wanna
Is Syria a
go
place
to-
where people have mumps? I mean, like you're just
Yeah,
literally
because
throwing a
that's
bunch of
where-
arguments out that have no correlation with each other.
Yes, it is, because
It's like
in
saying, oh, in air
2018
balloons they
in
have bombs.
Syria-
Oh, and by the way, in Antarctica there was a submarine. Like
Are you
none of
aware
this
of how
stuff is
epidemiology
connecting to
works?
each other.
Yes, it
Ew.
is. Are you aware of how epidemiology works? In Syria, they don't have vaccines or medical care. And those children are dying of all these diseases that you want to tell me.
Yeah, what's your source?
why
I
are
keep
they
asking
lying?
you what's your source, and you're just
Reality.
telling me this
Google
stuff. Like it's not true just because you say it.
Google, it's true. Are you
Google
fucking,
it. Google it.
Are
are you
you
fucking
kidding
serious?
me?
Google. I'm
It's
supposed to
possible.
Are
trust
you
Google.
kidding me?
I'm supposed
Tell
to
me
trust
that
Google.
it's wrong
Like the
because
one
you're
company that
uninformed.
controls all the knowledge. I'm supposed to
It's
control
wrong
the one ring.
because you're uninformed. There isn't plague outbreaks in
Uninformed.
parts of Africa.
Yeah, I know that there's
Right.
plague
There
outbreaks in Africa.
isn't
In
there
China
isn't
too.
huge disease outbreaks from diseases that your kids will never get because they can't get vaccines, right?
No, it's because there are parts of the world that have terrible sanitation and health practices. Like if you go to these parts of the world and look at their meatpacking industry, look, Jonas Salk did not cure polio. Okay, the fucking jungle.
Here's
The jungle.
polio. It's a vaccine.
I know it's and it didn't end polio. It did not end polio. What ended polio was the U.S.
Want the
sewers
numbers
project.
of polio?
Yeah,
No,
look at-
it didn't. That is such bullshit. Shut the.
Go-
That is
go
such
look at the timeline.
bullshit.
Go look at the timeline.
Guys, guess what? Just when we got
Dude,
all of these modern vaccines, life expectancy rates shot up a huge percent, but that's just because of sanitation, guys, not because of
I watched
medicine.
a
Yeah,
badass
sanitation happened at
documentary
the same time, and healthy living happened at the same time, and the meatpacking industry stopped letting rats fall into the grinders at the same time, and suddenly everybody's health went up. But it was definitely the vaccines
Yeah,
made by the
yeah.
same companies that make all those
Yeah,
drugs
it was-
that
it
you
was-
trust
yeah.
so little.
Oh, yeah, your whole home, like all of the
My
pharmaceutical.
mom used to work for
evil and
Merck, dude.
bad.
My mom
It's
used to work
evil
for
and
Merck.
bad. The
Do you know who
homeopath
Merck is?
industry gets more money.
Do you know who
from
Merck
people
is?
And have more lobbyists, but it's the pharmaceutical industry, and it's only in America, guys. Only in America where the pharmaceutical industry is the bad guys. It's not anywhere else. It's just in America, right?
Please tell me how Yaz did. Can you talk to me about Yaz, a product made by the pharmaceutical industry? How did Yaz do?
Yeah, the
Like,
pharmaceutical
go
industry's
watch
not our-
daytime television and tell me how many class action lawsuits you're asked to join if you took this medicine, and then rewind the tape 18 months and see that medicine advertised on the same fucking channel.
That Yaz is a birth control pill, right?
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. I'm just giving it as
And
a single
they-
example
birth
of the
control
many,
pills
many failings
and
of
birth
the
control
pharmaceutical
pills
industry.
by themselves come with all of the increased risks that
Yeah,
those women.
exactly. As
Wait,
do
wait. Are
injecting
you
chemicals
aware that
into
they
kids.
repackaged Yaz as something else and sold it again? The
Do you
same
know that
shit?
pharmaceutical industries factor in the cost of class action lawsuits into the cost of the products they release before they release them?
Oh my god!
But I do disagree with you about the polio guy, Dolphin. I watched a badass documentary on
Oh no,
it,
no, no,
and he
no!
worked
Jonas
his ass
Salk
off.
put the final nail in the coffin of polio, but in all
No, he
reality, it
didn't.
was Upton
No, he didn't.
Sinclair. It was
It's
Upton.
still a problem. Just because
Upton
it's not a problem
Sinclair.
in your part of the world doesn't mean it's not a
No,
problem.
I know places where sewers suck and where the meatpacking industry has not been regulated. Yeah, they still have polio.
This isn't about sanitation.
It is absolutely. What is
It might
polio
be
caused by?
partly about
What is polio
sanitation.
caused by? Where does it come from? It comes from infected meat. Go look it up. No, seriously, fact check me. Polio comes from infected meat. Go look at all the places where polio is a problem and look at their meatpacking regulations. India, shitty meatpacking regulations. They still have polio. They have vaccines in India, but they still have polio. Funny how that works.
Hey, Dolphin. Hey, Dolphin. Shut up for a second.
I've been waiting
Okay.
for you to speak.
Zip
I've
your
like
lips.
been silent the whole
Shut the
time.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Talking
Is
over
that the
me
best
not shutting
argument
up.
you have?
the
Is
fuck
shut
up.
up?
Shut
Well, you
up.
could have said
Stop
something.
talking.
This is internet
Okay.
blood sports. Dude, fucking deal with it.
The polio is a virus. It's an RNA virus. Okay.
And it comes from
not-
eating infected
Shut
meat.
the fuck
That is
up.
the best argument you have is
Shut
shut the fuck up.
up.
That's because you have no argument.
Shut up.
You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're sitting here telling me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where does polio come from?
Polio is a virus.
And where does it come from? How do you contract polio? What do you do to contract polio?
Which version would you like to talk about?
Any of them. They all come from the same source. You eat infected meat. Now, what did Upton Sinclair write right before the polio epidemic disappeared, right before Jonas? The polio epidemic went from like 60% to 2%. Then
listen to me. Shut up and listen to me. Shut up.
And then look at the timeline. Look at when polio, what the polio rates were when No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not your fucking.
Polio comes from infected water with fecal material in it.
No, you're thinking of cholera. You're thinking of cholera.
Comes from infected.
You're thinking of
material.
cholera.
Are you serious?
Seriously, go. Are you like looking this up?
Cholera, just to be
You're thinking of cholera.
Oh my god, polio comes from infected people.
No, it comes from infected meat. It does not come from. Oh, okay. Even if you were right, the Sewers Project is the other side of my argument, and the Sewers Project happened right at the same time Upton Sinclair wrote The Jungle. Go read The Jungle and look at the impact of The Jungle on the meatpacking industry.
Listen to me. You don't know where it comes from. Don't lecture me.
I'm fully aware of where it comes from. You're sitting here talking about cholera. You don't know the difference between cholera and polio. So let me guess. I bet you think FDR had cholera, didn't you?
No.
Actually, Dolphin, she is right. It is transmitted through the mouth through feces. You can get it through like sneezing, coughing from other people who are infected with it, and it's done by like either food, water, pretty much anything through the mouth that has the infected fecal matter or fecal particles on it.
There you go. Maybe you should use Google before ranting. That would have been helpful.
Really?
I'm sitting here fact checking the fuck out of everything.
I'm just sitting here drinking and egging shit on.
I'm taking a different role. I'm usually yelling at people. Now I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna listen to what the person
You run up on the mouth all the time about shit you have no clue about.
Do I? I don't even know who you are. Like seriously, all the time.
If you know
Dolphin, do you eat the ass?
Have you ever even seen me before?
Dolphin, do you eat ass?
Seriously?
No? I mean, you could.
That does.
Let me ask you. Have you ever seen me before?
Have I ever seen you before? I've watched you get so drunk on a stream that you couldn't even hold your head up. So why don't you just hush?
Really? I'd never go on cam.
Yes, you were, because you were in your nifty little vest. You don't even remember.
I've been on like 2 cam streams.
There you go. That's not never, is it?
No. But I don't run off at the mouth all the time. I know you like to scream shout up over and over again and rant. But you get one point. Okay, polio is contracted by the mouth by infected food or water. I argued the Sewers Project and Upton Sinclair's Meat Project. You still have not disputed my arguments. You basically just solidified them by saying that you contract it by eating and consuming things that are infected with polio, which is the Sewers, which I argued, and the fucking meat.
And viruses work.
No, you're just backtracking again. You're just fucking backtracking.
No, you don't get to sit here and tell me
discount my argument. You just solidified.
They have sewers, that's why polio went away. And places that don't have sewers, that's why polio is an issue.
No, it's not just sewers. It's also meat packing regulations. It's also food safety regulations. It's a lot of things that all combined to put the nails in the coffin of polio before Jonas Salk ever put. Look at the timeline. What were the rates of polio compared to the previous years when Jonas Salk's vaccine came out? Look at the drop in polio. The 2 years before the vaccine came out, the polio dropped significally. The vaccine came out at the bottom of that drop and put the last nail in the polio coffin.
You know how people
By the way,
actually search for viruses and illnesses? Do you understand germ theory? Do you know how that works?
Yeah, I'm fully aware of how it works. Do you know how vaccine theory even works?
When did people
You know, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm totally
Shut
going
up.
into this.
When
No,
did
no, I'm
people
not. I'm
start-
not your fucking
Dear
monkey,
God.
and you're not my massa, bitch. Shut the fuck up yourself.
I
Do
noticed
you
something
think that's
more
insulting?
important, by the way.
When did people
You're just
start
running off at the
taking
mouth all the
germ
time, aren't you?
vaccination seriously? When?
I'm
Hey.
sorry, you're like roboting the whole time. So like, why are you even telling anyone to shut up?
Wait, but if you've only been on cam twice and she's seen at least one of those,
I think I
she
got a
must watch
stalker.
you a lot.
I know she's got a thing for me.
I just had to point
Yeah.
this out. I think
You
she
like
has-
manly men, don't you?
You
I'm sorry, I can't understand you. You're roboting. Like nothing you're saying is making sense.
yeah.
Like even the internet knows how
Maybe
full of
thought-
shit you are. It's cutting out half your words.
Do you think that that's insulting?
I'm sorry, what? What?
No,
You should-
I hope she
totally-
sound. This was entertaining.
Nah, you know I'm totally fucking with you. It's the internet, Bloodsports, right?
Oh my god.
I think she's taking it
Too
serious
much
as fuck.
I think she's playing along. I think she knows. what
No,
this is.
I think she's.
Are you
serious.
fucking kidding me? Nobody said no.
No, for reals.
No. If you want to talk vaccine theory, though, like vaccine, how do you get diseases? Do you get them by somebody walks up and jabs you with a needle and then you get that disease? Vaccine theory is a really good theory. It means like if you get an illness, yeah, she really was roboting. I wasn't fucking around. She needed to drop out and come back.
Well, there are
Maybe
actually many different ways you can get diseases. Skin-to-skin contact, blood
Yeah.
fluid contact.
It depends
It
on-
can even be genetically transmitted.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm on board with you. Like I don't even want to dispute that at all.
I just looked at the fucking numbers on the polio counts before the vaccine in the 1950s and then after. It went from 1,500 a year. 15,000 a year. Like it was estimating in that number.
Yeah.
And then in the
so
60s,
2
it
years
dropped down to
before
like
that.
100 or so. And
Yeah.
then it was like
No, I won't disagree that the vaccine had its impact. It had a huge impact, but that was really the last nail in the coffin. Like if you go 2 years before that, the numbers go way the fuck up from 15,000 to like it's ridiculous. It was an epidemic. It was a real problem. The president had it. Like it was a fucking problem.
everybody was eating ass in those days. I mean,
I don't know, man. Like Upton Sinclair's
I
book, The
believe they
Jungle,
got it from
really
in water.
really will fuck with you. If you go read it and you'll just be like, holy fuck. They were fucking packing meat like this. God damn, no wonder everyone was sick. But yeah, no, if you go back to vaccine theory though, like you just said, you get diseases in a lot of ways. The vaccine goes directly into your bloodstream. No disease does that. Like there's no natural disease that you get having it directly injected. I'm totally for vaccines. My kids are actually vaccinated.
Did you
they
say
got-
no disease is directly injected into someone's blood?
What?
Did you just say no disease is injected directly into someone's blood?
That is not. I said no disease is naturally. Nobody gets a disease naturally by having it directly injected into their blood. The natural cause of getting diseases, as Brockus and I were talking
I
about,
wasn't
skin to
arguing
skin
that. I
contact.
wasn't arguing that. I didn't hear your whole sentence.
Okay, all right,
Wasn't
cool.
arguing
No,
that.
that's cool. Like, there's a lot of ways to get diseases, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm down with vaccine theory. I think I'm down with it more than the pharmaceutical industry is, though, because they want to just make something that they can inject, they get antibodies, and boom, it works. I think that if it's a disease that you get by breathing it, it should be an inhalant. It should have a total immune response, not just like I think the standards are too low. I think
we have vaccines you can inhale.
No. I think you're missing my point. What I'm saying is, like, the standard for whether or not a vaccine is effective, according to the CDC, is does it create antibodies? Well, the immune system is more than fucking antibodies. I'll admit that's a big part of it, but that's not the whole fucking immune system. And if you're just shooting for that, you're shooting for a really low fucking marker. You need a full.
Tell us what the immune system is.
It's blood, it's skin, it's your digestive system, it's a ton of different lymph nodes, and I mean, it's white blood cells, it's your bone marrow, there's so many parts of your immune system. And what I'm saying is that if you have a disease that is let's say a respiratory disorder, and you create a vaccine, it should be something that you get the same way you would get the disease, and it should be something that causes a total immune response rather than just, it created antibodies. Like it should trigger the whole body.
Total immune response.
The total immune response would be to convince the body that it has legitimately gotten this disease rather than
and you're saying that's not what vaccines do.
No.
How do vaccines work again?
They try to convince your body that it gets a disease, but
it doesn't.
But it doesn't.
Right?
Yes. Well, okay. It's a dead disease, and it can't really infect you. It's not even like your average virus is just a piece of RNA. So like think of a DNA with half of it gone.
I'm aware of the science term.
I know. I'm talking to the audience. So like, what they do with the vaccine is they take that piece of RNA and they break it into several segments in such a way that it can't reform and actually be an effective disease. And that's cool. I like that because that means you're not actually getting the disease, but you're getting all the genetic material that your body needs to understand how to kill the disease. However,
viruses are not just RNA.
I'm not saying diseases are just RNA. I'm saying viruses are RNA.
Not just RNA.
All right. Can you name a virus that is not just RNA? Now, I would agree. Diseases can come from bacteria. They can come from fungus. They can come from prions. They can come from a lot of different things. But I'm talking about viruses.
I'm not talking about, seriously, enough with that because I'm aware of how science works.
You keep saying that.
Viruses are not just RNA. There are DNA viruses and there are RNA viruses and there are viruses that are both.
All right. I don't think that has anything to do with my point that what the vaccine does is it breaks down the genetic material. All right. So it breaks down the genetic material in such a way that it can't reform and gives your body all the genetic material it needs to be able to create antibodies. What I'm arguing is the immune system is not limited to antibodies, and setting the bar that low is taking the easy way out and convincing people with something that you can be like, oh, it's a vaccine, so it's completely flawless. Forget all the other shit we make that you all get in class action lawsuits against us for. This is called a vaccine.
That's a straw man. No one is saying that all vaccines are flawless and all medicine.
I'm not saying that anybody is. I'm saying that I'm saying that vaccines, as this argument against vaccines has created a public perception that vaccines are either flawless or they're all evil. I do not agree with either, and I think that it's bullshit to put things in that category.
Yeah, I agree with that. That I don't trust any fucking body or any fucking thing, and I gotta.
No one is telling you that all of this is wonderful and perfect, and there's no problem. That's not how to make the polio virus. Jonas Salk infected hundreds of kids and almost killed himself over it.
Yeah, he also introduced SV47 into the human genome.
There are mistakes. There is progress. There are huge mistakes that are made.
Yeah, and we're the test group because vaccine theory is only about 80 or 90 years old. We are still in the test group. So to have this level of trust and this level of chemical inducement into children is irrational.
No one, but see, you're creating an entire straw man that no one is saying.
Not. Yes, I'm not saying that anybody's saying this stuff. I'm saying that it's irrational. I'm saying this is my premise.
You're making
what argument am I making up?
Started the fucking stream. We can have whatever premise we want.
This is my premise. I'm not saying that anybody else has this premise. This is my perception. This is not a straw man. A straw man is claiming somebody else's perception.
You keep saying that this is what people assume now.
No, I'm saying that we've
To be
created an atmosphere
just
where if
your
I say, where if I go to the
premise.
hospital and say, I want to delay vaccines till my son's a little bit older, they put on masks and tell me that I'm a bad
Yeah.
person.
They don't, and they put on masks. If they told you they were a bad person, report them to their boss and get them fired. That's not
No,
acceptable.
no. They don't come out and say you're a bad person. They wear masks and they say, I'm sorry, we have to wear a
They
mask
have
around
to wear
people who
masks.
don't vaccinate.
They
Well,
have
I'm
No, they
sorry.
have to wear masks around their kid.
My kid is not in this room and I am vaccinated. You're wearing the mask to rub it in my face that I chose
No.
not to vaccinate my kid at the moment.
Why does a mask offend you? If you're secure in your decision that
It's
you
because
want to
it's an
You
intimidation,
were
it's a
there,
bullying
so
tactic, and
you
I'm not
can't
going to stand by it.
You weren't there,
It's
so you
not.
can't.
You
so,
weren't
like,
there.
You
Matt.
have a better
You weren't there.
perception
No.
of what happened in the room
You
and
didn't
what
see
their
the
intent
doctor come
was.
in after when we were set to release. The doctor came in and he's like, well, we really, really want to encourage you to continue. We really want to get you to get these vaccines. And I'm like, I'm not going to get them. And he's like, well, I'm still concerned that your kid's jaundice might come back. So I'm thinking about readmitting him. And I looked the doctor in the eye. I was like, you readmit my kid and I'm going to take you outside and beat the shit out of you. Like, this is not going to happen.
And that solved what? You're threatening somebody. And that solved what?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and bully you because you refused my 15th offer to vaccinate your brand new newborn child.
I asked you what it solved.
It solved the doctor
does
let me go
threatening
home with
solve?
my kid.
Do you think
The
you
doctor
needed to
backed down.
threaten him to get
No,
that?
and that was a bullshit statement. I didn't actually threaten the doctor. I
There
said,
you
no,
go.
you're gonna give
Well,
the
he
you're
didn't
gonna
say
give me
it
my
this
kid.
time around,
Or I'm going to take my kid out of this hospital. And that's what I said. You're either going to release him or I am going to take him. Your call. Because when the police get called, they're going to say, whose kid is it? And you're going to be forced to look at me and say, his.
I'd have threatened him, if it's my kid.
I'm looking up so many diseases because Thorn is in the chat basically throwing out disease. I don't know why she's doing it. Like, she might be doing it for like a point here and there and stuff like that. But I'm looking at these different diseases and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, there's so much stuff out there that kills children. It's just so fucking random. These things just pop up. And it's so fucking random. Like your kid could die from something as simple as a fucking cold symptom like disease called whooping cough.
Your kid could die from sudden infant death syndrome, which is a word they give to shit that they have no idea why your kid died.
Most babies, like, honestly, like the first month a child is born is the most dangerous time in anyone's life statistically.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Schmickel's telling me Amanda called me a fag. What the fuck?
What?
You want to go, Amanda? I thought we were cool with the Irish stuff, but now you want to throw fucking insults out there calling me a fag and shit.
I
She's
ain't calling
just-
anybody a fucking fag, so you better talk to Schmeckel about that shit. Don't start shit.
Schmeckel would not lie to me.
Schmeckel is a fucking lie. I didn't say that.
Schmeckel is going for the views, man. He wants the blood.
People are very confused why I'm the calm one because if you've ever seen me on other streams, I get very triggered very easily.
Aunie and I aren't doing it for him anymore. Aunie, we gotta spice it up.
I mean, I could start sexually harassing you. You do have that tit out.
We just confused Mad Metal Man. He's like, I'm dead kids. Wait,
I gotta
what?
ask Aunie, is that shadow or a nip?
I
No,
think
there's totally nip there.
I think it's shadow, and I'm not 100% sure.
I'm totally convinced that's nip.
There's some nip there.
There's nothing causing it to round out like that.
Then probably.
Yeah, there's some nip there. Yeah.
It's a boob. It's just a boob.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Is it ice?
Okay, let me just say this. With SIDS, like 20, 30 years ago, they classified so much shit as SIDS. I had no business. Just like the terrified parents. Your parents were probably terrified.
So much shit as SIDS.
Everything was SIDS. I mean, they could have a kid that was like obviously like smothered, and the mother could just be crying, and they're like, "Don't upset the mom. It's obviously SIDS, guys."
Yeah, one chick killed like 9 of her kids, and one
There was
adopted.
one
Are you
killed,
fucking
like,
kidding
12?
me?
No, she killed like 12 or 13. Like,
What the hell?
She kept giving like she got.
When was
she had,
this?
Like, Munchausen syndrome. It was in the 60s, like
Jesus
50s
Christ.
and 60s. And there was
one
a
of the
doctor.
kids-
That's a
That's how the
decade of
mom
kid
caught her.
killing.
They finally
Yeah.
caught her because one of the kids was adopted. Like they assumed it was
No,
just a
they wrote
genetic
that off
problem.
too. Yeah, they wrote that off too. And then a new doctor came in and she gave birth again. And the
Oh
doctor
yeah. It
kept
was her
that
own
kid
kid.
for like 6 months in the hospital, held the kid from her. And the kid went home with her for like 2 weeks and ended up dead. And the doctor went to the police. And that was like the 11th or 12th kid or something ridiculous like that.
Dude, worse shit than that has happened though.
Oh, yeah.
In Ireland, in the Catholic homes where they used to shove girls, man, they found in the wells just bones, 200 something bones in that one place.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to write everything off as SIDS.
Yeah.
Like your parents were probably terrified you were going to die of SIDS.
No, I am.
Now it's
I
more
was
understood.
legitimately terrified though because now the latest research it links SIDS possibly to actually sleep apnea in juvenile
Yeah, your
sleep
brain just,
apnea in
their
children.
babies' brains just forget to breathe. It isn't,
Yeah, my
you know,
husband
that's
has
why,
sleep apnea, so I was
yeah.
terrified. And then as soon as my oldest he hit the mark, 14 months old, I don't really have to worry anymore about SIDS. My youngest was born, and I had to do it all over again.
Well, that's like babies who breastfeed have much lower rates of SIDS. Babies who are vaccinated have lower rates.
So
we don't know why. But the babies, like, there's certain things you can't do with dead tissue. There's certain cause of death that you'll never know on dead tissue, especially in a baby. So unless like someone is going to watch a baby die of SIDS and test it before and after, that's the best guess thus far.
How many autopsies do you think they do on these babies dying of SIDS?
They autopsy every single one.
If a baby dies, they do an autopsy.
They autopsy every single.
I don't know. I've never been around infant death, so I have no experience with it.
The only time they do not autopsy a baby is if there is a confirmed brain tumor, there's genetic disease, there's a reason. Any child that dies suddenly or unexpectedly is autopsied. There is no exceptions.
I guess once again, state assuming you're going to be a shitty parent.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of really shitty parents. I mean,
like 50 years of 50 years of welfare state economics, giving people everything and telling them that they don't need to have families anymore and fuck it, you can just raise your kids as single parents and shit.
Here's the thing where it
What the fuck
pisses
do you
me off
expect?
the most. In schools here in Texas, they treat elementary age kids the exact same as middle and high school age kids as far as
They'll fucking arrest your
absences
3-year-old.
go. Well, I mean, as far as like absences go. So my kid, it can only have 5 handwritten notes, 5 notes from me in the year to be excused. Otherwise, I have to take him to the doctor. For if he has a migraine and I let him stay home from school, he has to go to the doctor. And they say it's because him staying out of school could affect his education. And bullshit. My kid's the smartest kid in your fucking school his age.
I have to argue that
you're asking things to change based on your child's behavior.
No.
I have to fight with you here on this one, Wolf. Like, your kid not going to school, believe it or not, is going to affect his education.
It's not because I educate him. They don't educate him. He goes there for social reasons because we don't.
All right, is that part of his education?
Then
not going will affect it.
He can miss a day of talking to other kids because he has a migraine, and he doesn't have to go to the damn doctor. Basically, what bothers me is elementary age kids. They should have more parent notes. Like, it's up to the parent. Like, tardy notes and shit from school, it's to let the school know that the parent knows the kid was out. Like, they talk about fucking truant, calling a fucking 6-year-old kid truant. No, he ain't 16. He's not skipping school. I know where the fuck my kid is.
But you're asking for different rules for your child, and that's not fair.
No, I'm saying
you gotta have one standard.
It's a standard for all children in a public school.
I'm saying elementary age kids should have a different standard than a middle school or high school age kid as far as the parents' control of their child and whether
you want the honest truth as to why that's not the way you want it to be. It's because the schools get their funding based on a bunch of different metrics, and one of those metrics is student attendance.
Yeah, they don't get funding.
And it doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter if it's a high school, middle school, or an elementary school. the schools get their funding based on attendance, period, end of story. And the state is not going to concern itself with whether or not
Yeah, no.
a
Look,
parent wrote a note.
I read the new crazy rules. They don't even give a fuck if your kid is sick anymore. The way they have it set up now, they count it by hours instead of by like the day or whatever. So they want you to send your kid in even sick. If you don't want to take your kid to the doctor, just send them in. As long as they're there long enough and then they send them back home to you, then it's all cool. So send your kid to infect all the other kids and then just take them back home.
Here's
It's
their
all
germ
cool as long
factories.
as
They
we
could
get
be
paid.
symptom free and infect every kids are the biggest disease carriers. They'll infect everybody. They could be perfectly fine and healthy, and you send them to school, and they'll come home with fucking whooping cough and smallpox and 10 other diseases and be
This is
fine.
the
So why
biggest argument for
vaccinate it
stay-at-home
by
moms.
sending knowingly sick kids to school?
This is confusing. We're supposed to be talking about vaccines. Why are we talking about school?
Fucking,
Because I'm drunk and we derailed.
we've
Kids have
derailed.
AIDS.
All right, well, I'm not derailing, or I'm bringing the goddamn train back on track. Vaccines.
I need another drink anyway. Y'all
Ah.
do it.
I'm
The
getting a
fight
little,
is still here. Go
getting
get
a
your
little cottony mouth. Ah.
AIDS.
AIDS. Oh my God. Is it government engineered?
I'm good with vaccines. I guess. What the fuck is this shit?
I don't know. It's the Bloodsports. Fucking come to fight. Samaj isn't
It's
come to
over.
fight. Get the fuck out, Samaj.
Is that because you guys are old and still like Bloodsports? Is that why it's
I
silver?
swear to
age?
God, I
Holy
am going
fuck!
to
I'm
like
not old, actually.
DDT you on my flippers.
It's okay. I'm 37. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
you win.
You're older than me, then.
Yeah.
Wait. When did you turn 37?
In June?
Awesome. You're much older than me.
I asked Robert if that's what that meant, and he said yes, but I think he might be lying to me.
About what, MILF?
No, the Silver Age about milk. The Silver Age.
Very nice avatar. Is that you? I mean,
That's me. Yeah. Why do
We're not
people-
old enough to
The
be
tit-
golden age.
Titty avatar.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. The tits are very distracting, but that's all right.
Like,
But they're needed.
Oh,
I'll comment-
absolutely.
I'll comment on like a YouTube video, and someone will be like, "Hey, where'd you get your avatar?" I'm like, "That's me." Fuck.
Well, I don't want to assume and be a fucking cunt, you know.
That's me.
Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups.
Just give it a few more beers, outlaw, and then we all turn into cunts.
Oh, I'm a cunt. I'm that way 24/7. Ask these guys.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I've seen you on streams. I know how vicious you
Where,
can be.
where have you been,
What
Wolf?
pussy is drinking beer? I'm drinking vodka.
Fuck you. I
the
love
best.
beer.
Beer is
Get
amazing.
on my level.
Where
Get
where
on my
have you been?
level. I'm Amanda Wolfchild. I call people fags and then tell Schmeckle that he's a liar.
I
Come on
ain't
out,
call you
Wolf.
a
Where have you
fucking
been?
fag,
Come on.
but I will now.
Where have
no.
I been?
Yeah, everybody wants to know.
Fuck,
Inquiring
Brockus, you actually sounded like a chick there.
Just doing. I had some shit I had to take care of in real life, and that's about it.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Really gay fucking shit.
Yeah, because that's not like redundant.
What'd you say to me, faggot?
What'd you say? What'd you say, Dyke?
Ain't no one got time for that.
Samaj, what's going on, man?
Just got home.
From
You wanted a little bit of the blood sports, huh?
I don't know. Has there been Bloodsports while I was awake?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
been
kinda.
bad.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is- Yeah.
Dolphin and Aunie have been like going back and forth so much, and then I see Zell in the fucking chat, and he's pretty much trying to call out no BS. So I hit up fucking Brooks Heatherly. Is the gayest fucking name for a guy who calls him an alpha male. But
He is
I-
not an alpha male. Oh my god.
I'm
He-
alpha as fuck while sitting here with my egg cartons and my polo shirt, drenched, wet, and dick sweat. Dude, that guy is like the epitome of why I'm a lesbian.
I would have
Why?
suspected
Why?
3/4 of the Try Guys were the reason why you were a fucking lesbian. But all
Fucking
right.
Prince of Queens makes me hate faggots. I'm gonna throw that out there too. And I'm a faggot and I fucking hate him.
That's not very nice. You shouldn't say mean things about the
That's
Queen.
totally homophobic.
I don't give a shit. Fine, I'm homophobic, racist, whatever. Fucking
No, I
That's
honestly
shit.
don't give a flying fuck. Prince of Queens has been like the fucking cringe queen on Twitter and fucking social media lately.
Oh
and
my
it's
god,
just
he fucking lost his shit or something.
It's hard for me to be a fan of his at this point, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch your shit because now it's a goddamn fucking laugh riot.
I can't watch it because his fucking voice, and this goes for every like really effeminate gay man. I just kind of like zone out, turn into a glazed donut, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I can't.
Here's a piece of advice: don't drag your words out. Just fucking say them.
Zell's fucked. He's an extremely effeminate gay man.
But I got no problem with Prince. We've talked before, but he has gone kind of crazy on people for no reason.
Kind of my ass.
I think he started smoking the crack again.
We had to have Bloodsports about that on one of Dave's streams. Him going off on somebody, and then I wrote a rap for Cogs. Blame it on the Kumite thing. I got a.
That is the best song ever.
I wrote it needed a rap. Like it needs lyrics. I wrote lyrics for it.
That's awesome.
For him. Well,
because you know, truck nuts and shit. Truck nuts. You know, I heard that because I have truck nuts.
I want barrel shroud nuts. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Zell is trying to. I'm sorry. Kadunt is trying to say Zell is more straight than you. Zell's as straight as the yellow brick road, and that thing started out in a spiral.
I don't even know what.
He's my co-host on Love Your Monday.
If you have to explain your insult within your insult, it's not a good insult.
Yeah.
Insultception.
Goddamn. It's an insult I've been saying since middle school, and it usually gets a chuckle out of it.
That makes sense.
So vaccines, right? What are we supposed to be pissing and moaning about?
Apparently, most of us are for vaccines, so I'm going to switch my sides. Fuck vaccines!
Fuck
you know what? Fuck vaccines. My kid doesn't have autism, but he sure as fuck has polio.
See, that's the thing. I hate the fucking autism thing. All those fucking autistic douchebags who are sitting there saying vaccines cause autism, like ruined any chance of having a legitimate conversation about fucking vaccines.
Yeah, because
you have to put on a fucking tinfoil hat in order to talk about vaccines, and it's just fucking ridiculous.
And what does it say to actual autistic people? Like, it's a huge insult to all, because you're sitting there saying that, you know, you'd rather risk your kid dying than be autistic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I remember when the doctors were like, well, we want to do this test before, like, this was before my kid was born. We want to do this test to find out if he's going to have Down syndrome or something like that. Do you want to do this test? It's a little invasive. It might be dangerous, but it's just to determine this. And I was like, no. I have 3. So, like, and my wife and I were like, no. And they were like,
they didn't do it by ultrasound?
What?
No, they do it.
No, they can do it by ultrasound.
They usually do it through the amniotic fluid.
They don't do that anymore. They rarely do that. You can measure on the ultrasound with a 4D.
Seriously, they can do it with the ultrasound?
Yeah, that you can get like.
Yeah, they were gonna do it. They were talking about like a fluid extraction or something.
That's why I was asking how old they are, because we haven't been able to do it all that long.
Oh, okay, yeah, he'll be 3 in like 3 days. So,
yeah, that's kind of borderline.
I just, you know what? I just give my.
I wouldn't agree either.
Yeah, so we said no, and they were like, "You don't want to know this," and I was like, "If my kid is born with Down syndrome, do you honestly think I'm going to be like, oh, well, I guess I don't love this one?"
Hey, don't talk about Irate Bear like that. That's mean.
Oh,
well,
yeah, I wouldn't.
But I don't love Irate Bear.
You fucking bitch! We're gonna fight over that. What the fuck?
Oh no! I just lust after him. I mean, it's totally different.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a dolphin thing.
You know what? This is why I have cats. This is why I have cats. Oh, and I just got a puppy.
I raise cats for the same reason I raise chickens.
I swear to God, I'll
sell to the Chinese people. No, to sell to the Chinese people for food.
But no, my husband's autistic and my kid is autistic, and there ain't a fucking thing wrong with autistic people, man.
No, they're pretty cool, man. And hey, they know their colors. They're like gay people.
That sounded so fucking racist.
On steroids.
They know their colors.
So I got to bring something to the attention. Chaos is saying that you don't want to do fuck vaccines. You don't want to do that. Stop talking to Opal. She must be corrupting you. Is Opal fucking anti-vaccines?
I love Opal. I don't whatever. You know what?
I don't think it matters. Opal's kid is the Antichrist, so I don't think it matters if he's vaccinated.
No, yeah, it is the Antichrist. We've pretty much established that over and over again. Yeah. Oh, god damn it, Zell's on the fucking chat. Hey, bitch.
I don't know. I don't think she's not completely retarded.
She's just young.
Her kid is
I don't know.
completely the
Really,
Antichrist, though.
Yeah.
Autistic people know the taste of colors.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
That was astounding.
We're
We've been
talking
saying
about
in the chat.
We're
No, we've been saying
drunk.
in the chat for like 30 minutes that we have no fucking clue. I wasn't talking to you, Wolf Girl. We have no clue what
calm
anyone's
down there,
talking about
Space Boy.
or what the arguments are.
You don't fucking know what the
You-
argument
I've
is.
already
wanna
made
fucking
it. I've
start a
already
You're
made
wrong.
it.
Ranting and raving because
What's
you
the
want this to
fucking
be
contention?
Bloodsports. No, you want this to be Bloodsports, and
We
you're
want
trying to
it to
start
be
the
blood.
rival.
Fuck you, Dolphin. I'm
Fuck
talking
you,
about
Will.
vaccines. Let's find out who
Fuck
has
you,
what
Dolphin.
position on what.
Fuck you,
Jeff,
Will.
You don't want
It's
to fucking
in the
start a fight
fucking
with
title.
Wolf Girl.
It's
And then we
in
got the
the title.
DVD moms spouting about, I got a special kid, so smart. Fucking A, dude.
You got a fucking problem with my special motherfucker? We can fight.
They had a conference.
Fight
at
me.
my-
What do you got?
You know what? Thank you,
DVD
Sigourney
lifting
Weaver.
arms?
Sigourney Weaver,
DVD
calm
Is
down.
that macaroni salads
TV.
heavy?
The fuck DVDs
Fucking
are you
A.
talking about?
How
you
heavy's a
stupid piece of
diaper?
shit?
Stop it.
My
What the
kids,
fuck
my
are
kids'
you
school
even
told
talking
them
about?
that
You
blood.
make no sense. You're a ranting fucking lunatic. Go away. No one likes you.
I like Sigourney Weaver. He can stay.
God
I don't
damn
know.
it.
He's entertaining me.
You know, my kids' school told them that the word retarded is not acceptable.
It
Fuck your
isn't.
goddamn
That's
kid's
the
school.
thing. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a
It's like
fucking
a faggot.
It's a medical. Like, how do you read music in this school?
Hey, we call Brockus special now. Not retarded.
You call me retarded like the faggot you are.
I
Yeah,
got
you are pretty
on
retarded.
Twitter for retarded.
Yeah, we do call him that a lot.
You guys, okay? Well, Bloodsports is in the title, so we all have to yell and fight. So just
yeah,
go
I've
with
done
it.
my part.
We got
Rabble,
half
rabble,
tit here, and
yell.
then I don't know who the wolf is. We
What's
got
up?
half tit. Who's half tit?
The
Why you
wolf
got
is
half tit
cooler
on your
than
fucking
you,
avatar?
motherfucker.
Because I
Amanda,
can.
stop getting salty.
I'm telling.
Take that out of your
nuts.
pussy. Calm down. I didn't even come in here to attack Amanda. Amanda's like, I'll defend my couch and kid and popcorn. Fucking calm down.
Amanda is drunk and will fuck you up. Don't piss me off.
Yeah, that guy's funny.
I'll let you know when a drunk chick finally scares me. Oh my god.
It should be this one, motherfucker. I guarantee you that.
Well, I mean, she's not Liz. She's not Liz Reptile, so.
I gave you friends.
Stop
I gave
mentioning
you
my
friends,
name.
failure.
Show
Look
up.
into my second butthole, failure.
All right. I got one to piss all of you off. How many of you are up to date on your fucking vaccines?
I'm not. I don't
I
care.
As
am.
far as I know, I got everything I'm supposed to.
I honestly can't. No, I don't.
You
know.
work in a hospital, Aunie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're up to date on your vaccines.
Wait
Ask
a
every
second.
other human being that doesn't work in a hospital
You
if
didn't
they're up
ask
to date on that.
why. It wasn't asked why. It was a
Ani,
yes or no question.
I'm just pointing it out.
you
All
work
right,
in a hospital, but you're showing your tit on YouTube. That's fucking awesome.
dude, the human body
And-
is part of her job.
No. I'm just saying. Usually, whenever somebody works at a hospital,
Yeah.
I mean, usually that just applies to sex workers, but
no. Because, like, think about it. What kind of an avatar would like a doctor have? It would probably be them smiling with their fucking stupid ass little lab coat and pens.
I
and
didn't
shit
say
like
she
that.
was a doctor. I said she worked at a hospital.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, I'm
not
using
a
it as a
doctor.
fucking example. Do you not understand what an
I'm not a doctor,
example
so I don't have
is?
to worry about that.
No.
Dude, a janitor can show a tit. She works at a fucking hospital.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an RN, aren't you? You're an RN, aren't you?
No.
No,
In the wrong
she's a pharmaceutical
thing to
rep.
bring about.
That's why she's showing the
No.
tits. It's on her business card.
The point I'm
She's a
trying-
shill.
Oh,
She was in it the whole time.
like a fucking hospital. They don't actually show flesh like this. They don't give off the impression that maybe, just maybe, this is a cam girl.
She works
That
for
fucking
Procter
avatar
and
looks like
Gamble.
she could be a cam girl. Sorry.
Are you a cam girl?
I just
love
like
it.
looking at her tit. Why the fuck are y'all bitching about it? Now
I'm
she
not
might
bitching
think
about
that
anything,
she-
and you guys started fucking jumping on my ass.
Well,
I'm not
Bob
bitching.
is a little gay, so
Did I
that's why
say
he's
it was a
offended.
bad tit?
No one said it was a bad tit. It's a fucking fantastic tit. I love looking at that tit.
Looks like a nice tit, but you a
We
cam
were
girl?
debating earlier whether or not that was a shadow or nip.
Didn't
I mean,
die
it's-
on screaming about my tit.
No,
Yes.
I asked you a question. Are you a cam girl?
in the hospital.
Silence.
Jesus
She's a-
Christ.
She's a hospital
Fucking
camper.
hell. What a day for International
Look,
Women's Day. Get the fucking
look,
quiet one on.
some people
Oh
do.
shit! It's International Women's Day.
Some
Fuck.
people do their
Show a little more
community
pride.
service by reading to the children in the cancer wing. Some people help out the old dudes, in the old dude ward.
Hey, Mrs. Wolf, go make me a sandwich. It's International Women's Day. Thanks.
No, my sandwich making duties are done. I'm making him watch the kids while
No, I wasn't talking to you, my dear, but
Oh,
make me a sandwich too.
For International Women's Day, I bought my wife a vacuum.
I jerked off to porn.
See, y'all
Okay.
wouldn't shut the fuck up and the tit left. Damn it.
I like how we
You have a
refer to
connection
her
problem.
as the tit. The tit left. Maybe that's why she left.
There's an anti-role model for women. Don't follow her.
Damn it, y'all. I was looking at that tit.
Everybody in this stream was looking at that tit. The lesbian. the bi.
Brockus, turn your cam on.
The
Show
tit's
us
back.
The tit's back. Okay, guys. We're good.
Okay.
Aunie, you need to change your name.
You having some
Why?
connection problems there?
What am I changing my name to now? What?
The tit.
Even her internet is PMSing.
It's International Women's Day.
It's Bloodsports.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about
yeah.
that.
Blood's gross.
Yeah.
It was pretty gross.
Are we
Yeah.
talking about periods now? Ew.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have any blood for you. My bad.
It's
No.
pre
Oh, son of a bitch. Outlaws in charge.
God damn it.
Fuck yeah. I have no idea what to. It doesn't mean anything.
It really doesn't.
No.
It just means that Schmeckel very well may fall asleep in the next 10 minutes.
There's a very good chance of that, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Welcome to the Cunt Stream, where the rules are all made up and the points don't matter.
That's about right.
Yeah, that's a solid ad. No false advertising there.
That's whose line is it anyway, if you didn't notice.
So did you know that games make create violent people? Did y'all know that?
They
Yeah.
don't, but
Yeah, like I
whatever.
no, honestly, I gotta be on point with this. When Vice City came out back in the day, I played that shit for like 6 days straight,
Oh, that game was so
Hell
good.
yeah, me too, dude.
and then I got in my car, and what was going through my head scared the shit out of me.
Like wanting to go up on the sidewalk and maul
Exactly,
everybody
just like
over. Yeah.
run them like jump out and grab that guy's motorcycle and go jump off of that fucking ramp over there, like holy
And then get a hooker to suck my dick and then beat the shit out of the hooker and take her money. Even though that
Exactly.
actually happened, I'll be all right.
there are a lot of things that are making sense with Outlaw Bear Dog right now, and
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Brockus, weren't you supposed to fight somebody on the stream? I heard murmurings of you were gonna fight someone else.
Who the fuck am I going to fight? If we get no BS in here, it's going to be a 2-on-1.
It's gonna be like a 7-on-1.
You kind of like those 2-on-1s with no BS, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got enough left for
Wow.
everybody.
that guy just makes me gayer.
He's got a nice little mouth pussy right there. I'm just saying.
It's called, dude, it's called a dick holster.
It's his cum catcher, okay? I don't care.
No,
Dumpster.
Pocket.
Yeah, but apparently
Caliente pocket.
apparently we're going back to Columbine and blaming everything on video games and rock music.
well, it was probably Doom. The kids were playing the Doom,
This
You
is
know
the
that
stupidest
Doom game?
argument ever.
and that Marilyn Manson feller.
It's got all the shooting and the loud noises.
It's the Red Scare all over again. Oh,
in my
your
day,
children are into BDSM because of the commies.
Back in my day, it took you a while to load a gun. You had to put the powder in and the ramrod, and then you just...
We know, Dolphin. We know.
Back in my day, we didn't even know what a nigger was. We used to just call them black devils.
Back in my
back
day,
in
we
my
just
day,
called them
Racist
Irish.
grandpa's here.
Back in my day, we didn't have video games. We just beat niggers with sticks.
You guys talk about 3.5 floppies, so I know what a 525 is.
Do y'all remember nigger cutting Tuesdays? We
Those
used
are
to
my
just
favorite
take
colors.
razors, go out into the streets every Tuesday and cut a nigger.
Oh, grandpa.
It's like Uncle Ruckus over there. But yeah,
So,
So do-
half tick girl, are you all spent now? You all calm down now?
Am I? Yeah.
I think I wore her out, boys.
Shut up, Dolphin.
In his little vest.
No, you know what's sad about me is I dress like that every
Listen,
day.
You dress like an
what?
Olive Garden waiter every day.
No, I have a collection of vests actually,
guys
but no, I work in
actually-
an engineering office, so yeah, I do have to dress up every day.
Oh, my cousins are both engineers.
Do they make you wear the vest, or is that a personal style choice?
That's
you're
that's a
looking in the
personal.
mirror
That's a little rebellion thing. It's like, yeah, if I'm gonna
and
have to wear a tie,
vest is not
Yeah,
a
if I-
rebellion.
Fuck.
no.
Here's-
Look, here's the thing. If I have to wear a tie, I'm pinning it down because the worst thing about a tie is that it flops everywhere and it gets in your face and on you like catch it on your arm and all that. No,
Yeah,
pin
and you
that
can
shit
do
down
that
in the
without wearing
vest.
a vest.
Absolutely not.
I don't
And
understand.
without
the
looking like a
uniform.
douchebag who tucked your tie in.
No, it's called like a tie pin.
It's called a tie
clip.
clip.
And you don't have to wear a
and it
vest.
pops off every 30 minutes. And it catches
what
your
she said.
hand.
That's
like-
more than $5.
My youngest
No, I have
sister-
2 of them. One's silver, one's gold, and you get your hand caught under your tie, and it pulls your shirt, and you end up ripping buttons and shit. No, just put the fucking
You
vest
sound like
on.
a
Get the
mess of
test
human.
out.
This
tie
is
out.
I just put
why.
a t-shirt on and a clip on.
my youngest's
I'm
newest
set.
habit is he
Yeah,
has
you
to
know,
wear a
I
tie
wish I
to
worked
school.
in that. I could just go out to the fucking ditch and dig every day like you, man. But I have to work in an office with air conditioning.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
your goddamn office, you little
Yeah,
bitch.
fuck
Like,
your
what the fuck?
Yeah,
No, seriously. If you're working in an engineer's office, you're an engineer. You don't need to wear a fucking suit to figure out how a goddamn combustion engine works or improve on a rocket or some shit like that. That is not a necessary
Depends on the company.
requirement.
Yeah, but I work for the oil industry, so
I
There
don't
you go,
give
see.
a fuck what you work for. It's so fucking stupid, this uniform
I bet you
fucking
kind of
attitude.
do. I bet you're a little jealous of the money he probably makes.
The money, yes. The fucking job, no. Thank you.
he
I'm
must have
extremely
done the
jealous
best
of that. I work in a fucking warehouse and I busted my ass for that company and they're treating me like shit. I fucking
hey,
hate
no,
that
no,
place.
fuck that. I did that shit for like 5 years, man. That's fucking the most least gratitude work in the fucking world.
No, security is, but yeah, it's pretty much up there and fucking they hate your guts even though you're an employee.
Yeah, this no love, no respect. Like, what? You didn't get your numbers? Yeah, my leg is broken. Fucking walk it off.
Yeah,
My-
every fucking day.
Sounds like being a cop.
My,
I fucking busted my shoulder because of that goddamn job and these bitches. And this job has made me despise the concept of universal health care. I am so against it, it hurts.
Get
Whoa!
this, my hubby is living the dream.
Samaj is in here. I
Yeah.
haven't
Wait,
heard it at all.
Oh no,
Whoa!
I've learned that when blood sports are going on and arguments, the best thing is just let them go at it.
So much is the failure of the country.
Yeah,
Indeed, I
he's
guess.
gonna-
That's why I said he doesn't belong here. He's not strong enough.
If you guys start debating universal
This
health
I
is-
swear to God, the
There
minute
is
we
no
get
blood
this dude,
sports.
the minute we get this dude laid, he's gonna come back like when no one's gonna recognize him. He's just gonna be like, "I want to kill stuff."
I'll come back with like a much deeper voice. I'll actually sound like a man.
Your nuts look
I'm a man
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
now.
It's been a decade. Anything can happen at this point.
Has not. It's only been 8
Oh.
years. Almost
I'm
a decade.
sorry.
All
8
right.
years.
We want blood sports. Let's talk about abortion and how you're all fucking wrong.
Abort them all. Abort people. Abort Dolphin. Abort everybody.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Fuck
about it.
you, whale.
Neuter humanity. I want the species to die.
I'm not
They're
cool with
good,
that
but
actually.
Don't worry.
I don't give a fuck if you're cool with it or not. I want the species to die. I want humanity to die out because I hate people.
All right, you know
But
what? You know
I'm
what?
one of those.
I'm totally
it
on
first.
board. I'm totally on board. You drink the Kool-Aid first, and I'll follow right behind you.
That's a good idea. All right. You take a nice gulp.
Trust system.
I'll even Harry carry if you show me how.
I love Jonestown tea. It's my favorite.
Oh god.
Okay, so what you want to do is first stab the blade into your stomach. Oh my god!
Oh,
Okay,
God.
now everybody follow me.
No, don't do
I
sup-
can't-
What is that? Seppuku?
Wait.
It's
Just
So, yeah, that's the
Smash
poke.
reference.
That's
do the whole thing so we can see it all, and then we'll follow.
Here's a how-to
God.
instruction on seppuku.
I just need one of you to cut my head off in a few seconds.
It's a MASH reference, dude. Hawkeye Pierce. I'll carry on, carry forward, carry Grant. I'll even Harry carry if you show me how, but I will not carry a gun.
I may not be able to carry that ring, but I can carry you. Tears commence.
I'm a man now.
I'm a man.
I'm a man now.
Are you sure about that?
I don't fucking know anymore.
I'm just checking. Man, like,
I really don't. Like I'm going back to the days when I was the Samaj before Samaj was Samaj.
I don't know what that
What
means.
the fuck?
that means he needs a sex robot.
Samaj's
Hipster
decade-long
Russian.
dry spell is something I was going through. It never reached a decade, but Jesus Christ, I was
It's
there.
been
before Samaj
84
was.
years.
Did it
And then
read
I
8
entered
years?
his life, honey.
Shut the fuck up, Zell.
Oh, relax. You like it.
Y'all are entering re-virgin territory.
I told you he was a
Oh
faggot.
God, Zell,
Isn't
have
it
you
like
been
5
taking?
years and you're a virgin again? What are those crazy people?
I thought it was like,
like
I
5
thought it
years.
was Ted. I don't know.
I don't know.
Evangelical.
It's 10 years to become an expert in the field. You're thinking about whore classes.
Okay, I guess. I thought it was 10
More
years. and you were a virgin
classes
again. I don't know.
would
I fuck a
probably
lot.
be 10 years. I mean, there's a lot of dick around. I'm sure it takes that long to master everything.
You should start a school.
I will be your first student, I think.
Hey, man, I'm close to my horror trait. I've almost been married for 10 years. Damn it.
Oh,
Well,
Ugh,
we've almost
marriage.
been married for 8 years. We've been fucking for close to 10.
Marriage sounds depressing.
It is
It
not.
is depressing.
no, I'm happily married.
No,
That's a
it's-
fucking
it's
lie,
not
Dolphin.
depressing.
Don't you lie to us.
It's not depressing as long as you don't have children. It's not depressing.
I'm
I have
happily
kids,
I'm
yet
happily
my
married
sex
with
life
3
is
kids.
Crazier than a lot of the single people I know. Like, we fuck more often than y'all are the fucking depressing ones.
Yeah,
I
dude.
get laid
Why the
all
hell do you
the
think
a
we
lot
have
of
3
kids.
kids?
I'm good. I'm good. I'll pass on that.
That is a bit of a myth, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, I get laid all the
A
fucking
lot of married people get shit, and not all of them, but there's a lot of married couples out there like you guys that are really happy.
Yeah, but
Content.
then there's
It's
the
never
married couples I
perfect.
know where they don't fuck very often. Like, Biohazard Boy, when he was married, he got laid with his wife because they had an open marriage. But he got laid with his wife like once every 3 to 4 months because there was a chick willing to fuck him as well as his wife, and it was always his wife finding the chick.
That's weird.
That's so weird, man.
That's hot.
It's not that
I'm
weird.
addicted to my husband's dick. I fuck him all the time.
No, I'm too jealous to share.
Yeah, no, I couldn't share. No.
The sharing part wasn't what made the whole story funny. It was the fact that his wife refused to touch his pee-pee unless there was another set of tits there.
No, that's a woman who doesn't like sex who's pawning it off on other bitches.
No, that's
Or
a
she's
lesbian that
gay.
wants to
That's
be
a
married.
lesbian. Let her free.
Yeah.
He thought she
Your
was a
friend
legit
is
lesbian for the
wrong.
longest time, and me
He's-
and her talked, and it was fucking hilarious. She was just like, I'm just not interested in fucking him.
Yeah,
Like,
his
that's
friend
all it
named
is.
Ross.
Yeah, that's a lesbian.
He is her beard.
It's Ross, guys. It has to be Ross.
I have
It's
no
the
idea
only
what the.
explanation.
I have
From
no idea
Friends.
what Ross is.
From Friends. His wife
Oh,
was a lesbian. Come on.
I don't watch.
Posable
Friends.
thumbs.
The one he
Come
had a
on,
kid-
guys, follow along.
Y'all catch none of my old references. Y'all suck.
Oh no,
No,
I
I just
caught
don't
it.
like
I was pretending like I didn't because I want to seem cool still.
yeah, there's a lot of names that get yelled out randomly. You're going to have to be more specific.
No, come on, Ross, and you're talking about a lesbian wife. That's
Okay,
pretty specific.
there's a
You said
Ross
Ross,
on
and I thought you were
Twitter.
talking about cheap shopping.
I got it at Ross, and it broke in 15 minutes.
I guess I should have
It's like
done
Marshalls,
the
but for
song.
poor people.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can't do it. I'm too drunk.
What the fuck are you doing?
I was trying to do the Friends theme, but I'm too damn drunk. I can't remember it.
Well, don't. It's okay.
Yeah.
We-
Damn it.
Stop.
Fuck
Stop
you.
it. Stop you. Dude, I will.
This is why
I
people
will
get
rape you.
Dolphin needs to get the fuck off this stream.
Fucking rape you
This is why there are school
You're a
shootings.
dolphin. You probably would.
Now-
in my culture.
Okay, now let's talk about rape.
What about rape?
Yeah, you guys are all wrong. Rape is okay. Let's
It's
fight.
only surprise sex. It it doesn't count unless you know.
It's called a struggle snuggle.
I've actually watched
Snuggle with a
lesbian
struggle.
be way more rapey than men at gay bars than I have fucking. Although gay men are pretty goddamn rapey still.
Okay, the one and only time I got arrested was at a gay bar, and this gay dude was drunk as fuck, rubbing up on my wife's titties, and I told him to stop like 3 times, and I hit him over the head with a bar stool.
Nice. I would have not gave him 3 warnings, but nice.
Well, I wasn't drunk enough yet, so I made.
You get one warning.
I don't know, small town gay bar. I don't know.
They have gay bars in small towns.
They have gay bars in small towns. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's gay bars.
Yeah.
There's a documentary called Small Town Gay Bar.
Really?
That's-
It was made by Kevin Smith's buddy, and it was about. That's exactly what it was about. This is a gay bar in a small town.
That sounds
Hilarious.
Sounds
sad. It sounds sad.
It's actually.
But how many customers do they get on a
I
regular
was gonna say you're just gonna like take the same people home.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, I'll fuck you. We did it 2 weeks ago. Might as well again.
I don't know. The gay community here is pretty, and like everyone slept with everybody. It's fucking disgusting.
That's a gay community most places. Like,
Yeah.
Is it really? Is it really? I thought it was just a small town thing.
No, they make up like 2% of the American population. Gay men do, and they're like 66% of new HIV cases a year.
I live in
cause AIDS.
I live in a major city, and all of my gay friends know each other from ridiculous places, and it's weird. Like, I'll go to one event and I'll meet some gay friends, and then like I'll go to a totally different event. Like these people should not know each other, and they just show up, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, you're dating now.
It's
oh,
incestuous.
Okay. Yeah, and you're talking about like 12, 13, 14 years at this point. Like this community is pretty much made up of like maybe a couple thousand people in a major city.
It's actually kind of funny because a lot of the gay people that I actually know and at some point have hung out with, we don't hang out that much anymore, but
quote unquote hung out with.
Yeah, but either way, like
Anal
a lot of the
is
gay
no.
people that I know, they ended up fucking all the same other gay people, and it was just kind of weird. I was just like, so Bobby fucked Jimmy, and Jimmy also was dating Andy, and Andy was also fucking Greg. And somehow you all fucked each other at some point. What the hell?
There doesn't seem to be a lot of
That's pretty
jealousy
much how
either.
it is. That's
That's how it
pretty
is.
much how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's incestuous. It's everybody. I mean, when HIV, when they first found HIV, they connected almost like all the cases to one guy because everybody just fucked everybody else in one group.
And that
Just-
one guy had fucked a
No.
monkey.
Yeah, let's get some Bloodsports going. Gay people created AIDS because they're evil and sent from the devil. Let's go.
No, it was apparently one dude. One dude was
No.
evil, and he was
I'm gonna have
willing
to go
fuck a
Eastern
monkey
Orthodox on this.
and willing
Dude,
to
I'm a
fuck
lesbian.
other
I have
people.
no idea. I don't know, like fucking, AIDS.
It
I don't
came
know.
from a monkey. They fucked
It
a
came-
monkey.
It came from Bush.
Rob, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
They either
Sorry
ate
I'm
the
so
monkey
late.
or
I've been
they
on the road.
fucked the monkey.
Hey, Rob, how you doing,
fucked
man?
Game Rob now.
I am good. Just got in.
Right on.
Useless.
I just want to say that we shouldn't be discriminating against like simians or apes or anything like that because otherwise you'll start spreading rumors. And then
You
I'll
are
never
not a
get laid.
protected class.
Stop
not a protected
unpersoning
class.
me.
You're not oppressed.
Don't
Shut
fuck
the fuck
monkeys.
up, you little.
Samaj is hey.
Fucking
Samaj is always
monkeys causes
protected
AIDS.
class.
Look, I got
Monkey
Monkey
lives
got
don't
that
matter.
wrong.
look.
Well,
I'm
if that's the case, maybe fucking monkeys will cure AIDS too.
It does.
There you go.
It does.
I'm
They
just
call
saying.
it secure.
I'm just saying. Not all simians. All right. I'm an ape. All right. It's like like not all Muslims. It's the same thing. All right. Not all.
Shut up. You know you want to fuck a man.
No.
That sounds really gross. I'm not
I
into
think
that.
he'd fuck anything at this point if it winked at him.
I hear Dolphin's got a tight little button.
Ew. You just want to stick it in his blowhole.
Oh my god.
Stop turning me on.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Meaning to ride the dolphin.
8 years. 8 years does things to a man's mind.
Well, that's not really the big concern. The big concern is because I've been surviving off of porn for so long that if I actually start having sex, I fear it's going to be boring.
Don't pee on her.
Samaj, are you the master of your domain?
He does. He masters his domain 10 times.
He's a man now.
I'm a man.
And Samaj, it's only as boring as you want it to be, man.
I suppose.
Get on,
As long
fuck
as you don't
off.
have one of them
Everybody in the
starfish.
chat, go ahead and give us who won what fight.
There's
One
no
for.
fucking fight.
Shut the fuck up, Zell.
You fuck off. There was no fight.
Who's winning this
Yeah,
fight
we
right
did
now?
fight.
One
True
for
that
Zell?
There was a fight earlier. Okay.
No, it was a
Yeah.
confusing mess.
Some point.
It was a confusing mess.
It was
One
like,
for
I'm gonna
two,
Google. I'm gonna
two
yell you
for
now.
Aunie.
Google.
What
I
the
got
fuck
the
do you
yellow
think
dolphin, I
these
don't
things are
care.
supposed
You know-
to be?
I
Zell,
you know what?
hey Zell,
Zell's bleeding right now.
Zell, my brother says that you sound like no BS, but I don't hear it.
He does.
If I do,
I don't hear it.
If I do, I'm doomed.
Yeah, I don't hear
Hey,
it.
everyone's got opinions, man.
He's giving himself an
No, I'm
aneurysm.
not hearing it.
I vote for the
Fight right.
tit. He won.
Yay, titties.
Yeah, Tit wins in my book just because.
I don't know what the other vote was, but I also vote for Tit.
There
Fucking
you
I vote
Fucking
for Samaj. Samaj
titty
presented his points
privilege.
very well. He was
Exactly,
very
Dolphin. Why do you
articulate.
think it's there?
Kadun's vote doesn't count.
yeah. It's called cheating because you have no real arguments.
I got to tell you to shut the fuck up. Do you know how much I want to say that to you? every
Dude,
show you're in?
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Did you enjoy it?
You got cringy as
Telling you to
fuck at
shut
one
up?
point. Just tell him
Yeah.
to shut
Did
the
you
fuck
enjoy
up.
it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy when I didn't
that?
give a shit?
It
And
was
didn't,
Do you
didn't
think,
give a,
do you
You kinda-
really
you
think
kinda
that
cared a little bit,
bothers
Dolphin.
me?
do you really care? Like, do you
God,
think it
you are
bothers me?
juvenile.
You kind of
No,
care.
Juvenile.
I don't expect it to.
Okay, good.
Kadun,
It doesn't.
your vote doesn't count. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Dolphins' lives don't matter.
Samaj
What are
always
you-
wins.
What are you going
Our
Japanese
hearts.
on me now?
What the fuck? Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
I'll fuck
what?
your blowhole.
That-
I don't want to see that.
I kind of want to see that.
It would
Would that
involve
be a
a
rim
bath.
job? Would that count as a rim job from a lesbian?
No, oh god, I'm not putting my mouth anywhere near you. Sorry.
No. She's mind fucking you. That's what it is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
okay. You
I
can
get
only
it.
get polio.
No,
for
it's strap
you'll be
on. There would
fine.
have to be a strap on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove a dildo in your blowhole and hole and fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see who does better in the water.
That is just graphic.
You'll suffocate if you do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can't,
I'm okay
can't
with
breathe
that.
through his mouth?
Murder him.
I would
Dolphin
tape his fucking mouth shut.
I
They
have
can hold
no.
their breath for a really long time.
Lesbians are kinky. What can I say?
A strap on doesn't go soft. She can suffocate him.
What?
The tit wins. I like her a lot.
No. You, see, because
No,
Dolphin hold his breath a
see,
pretty,
I'm old and a fucking dolphin. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
pretty
Why?
long time.
She's gonna take a strap on and spit on it and shove it in your blowhole until you die. Is that better?
Is it strapped onto her? Because then I could just
Yeah,
swim
it's
down and
strapped
she
onto
would
her.
drown.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I give
better.
So
a
she's
nice
getting weird.
blow and it pops right out.
Nope.
Okay, apparently
Are
Zell
you
wins.
arguing this from a point of view being a dolphin?
It's only one fucking person voting over and over again. No, Zelda.
No, I got 2 votes, motherfucker.
Okay, well, I got 5, so shut the fuck up.
Where did you get 5? You got
Look
5
on the
separate votes.
goddamn screen.
You got 5 separate votes.
Yes.
When are you two fucking?
Nobody cares.
When are you
Nobody pull
fucking?
them out and measure. Nobody gives a fuck.
Where's your 5 votes? Motherfucking
Oh my
liar.
god. It really matters. This matters.
Hey,
people.
we're men. We're being competitive right now.
Why don't you
Okay,
just
well-
two fucking measure dicks?
Why don't you
All
go
right, so it
microwave
wasn't-
something for your kid? Feed it
Nobody
shit.
has proper equipment.
Zell
Knock your
wins
shit off with
forever.
your special
Psycho
ass.
and
It's
Chaos
getting all
both
fucking
voted for me.
competitive, oh God.
Kadunt is the only one voting for fucking Zell.
No, Jordan Carey voted for me, bitch. Read the fucking comments. I thought you were doing this right. Shut the fuck up and let me do my job,
All
then,
right,
you
you know what?
cunt.
You know what? You know what? You guys have pissed me off too much. I can't stay in this stream anymore. I'm not leaving because I need to go to bed and have work in the morning. But I swear to God, it's because you guys are fucking douchebags. And
It's not my fucking fault. Zell can't be fucking consistent. He wants me to follow the rules, then he wants me to fucking change the rules and go by his rules. Fucking choose one, you cunt.
Anyway,
You know what,
fuck all of
Dolphin, I'm
y'all.
I got another
that
vote. Fuck off.
What? What was that, Wolf?
I'm gonna be waiting with that fucking dildo.
I bet you are, you little bitch. Come see me.
I will.
What's the line?
Please do.
I'll
Please
see you
do.
outside. I'll see you outside.
Catch me outside. How about that?
There you catch me outside.
Oh, that was good, actually.
Damn.
How about that?
You've been working on that, huh?
Wow. Bernie Strongbeer, don't encourage his bullshit.
All right,
Just
fuck you
go
guys.
for the
You're just salty, man.
the titty wins.
Titty wins.
Get a new insult, you stupid faggot. Fucking hell. Why is everybody all of a sudden salty just because you fucking say so?
You're getting salty, bro.
I'm getting salty. You're the one who came in here with fucking goddamn salt all up over your tongue.
Right?
Oh my god, he even did the voice.
You're salty, man. You're just salty.
So Star Wars versus Star Trek, guys.
Star Wars wins.
I don't know. They both currently suck. Well, with their new
That's why
shows.
Star Wars wins. Star Wars doesn't have as much fucking stuff to make it suck. Star Trek has way too much shit that made it suck.
I vote for the third option, the Orville.
But that was not a bad show.
That's just
I watched the
Star
entire
Trek
season.
without
That was
being
not a
Star
bad show.
Oh, of course, it wasn't a bad show. They hired all the Star Trek writers that they wouldn't hire back on this new show. Even got a bunch of directors back.
Didn't Jon Favreau direct the first couple episodes or something?
He directed a couple episodes.
I'm voting for Firefly. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you win.
Fuck
You win.
yeah.
Sorry, you
No.
win.
Firefly.
Yep, you're right. Brown coats forever. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. I win.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
I'll let Nathan Fillion rape me for the rest of my life, man.
Whoa.
Take my love, take my land,
I
take
want
me
Golden
where
Blue
I
Beetle
cannot
fucking
sin.
movie
Now we're
already.
going down
I'm
nostalgia
drunk,
road. I
start
can't take
singing.
it.
I want Nathan Fillion and fucking Alan Tudyk to play Booster Gold and Blue Beetle so fucking badly right now.
Oh my god, yeah.
That would be fucking
Wash is
sweet.
gone, guys. Wash is gone.
I know.
I want him to stop teasing.
Retcon that shit. Bring it back.
Another movie.
Why can't they bring it to Netflix now? Netflix is accepting everything. They can't do a Firefly season 2.
Oh, it would be fucking
It's-
huge.
It's because they're
Dude.
owned by whoever the fuck owns them.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
Joss
Fox.
Whedon.
I think it's
Busy, all
Fox.
the
Yeah, I think it's Fox too, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, and also most of the actors and all that, they've gone off to do other things.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said.
but if they could get
Nathan
everybody-
said that he wanted to do it. Fucking.
They all
I know,
want
and they could
them
even
back.
bring Alan Tudyk back as this guy who gives him advice that imagine him being there and shit like that,
Isn't he the guy that played the rooster in Moana?
Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Did he play what? He just said Bagok for fucking an hour and a half?
No, he screamed a lot.
That would
Oh, it was that Alan Tudyk scream.
I have no idea.
That's pretty funny if it was.
My nephew likes Moana. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
But they've all talked about it, and they said if they all came back together, it'd be another movie, not another show. And I want them to quit fucking beating around the bush and talking about it and do it if they're gonna do it. Damn it.
Would you want obviously you'd want Joss Whedon to direct it, right? I actually didn't think
Yeah.
Serenity was bad. I liked it. There was some backlash from it, but
I liked it a lot too.
I like the style and look of it. I thought it was actually a pretty good looking movie for the low budget they had.
I want Josh Whedon to continue making DC movies. With that said, though, I wouldn't mind him coming back to write most of the episodes.
He's gone, dude. He left Batgirl. He's done.
No, he's not done. He's just not doing Batgirl. He's still there.
It fucking sucks too, because Buffy was the shit when I was growing up.
Well,
Fuck
the
yeah, that
thing
movie
is,
was awesome.
Batgirl isn't necessarily done. It's just that they're not going to do it right now.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard the new rumors?
At least it's
Cruise
not
is Green
Lena
Lantern?
Dunham.
Have you heard Tom Cruise is Green Lantern? The new rumors?
What?
I pray that
Yeah.
never happens.
You're
right.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm serious. It's a real thing that's floating around Hollywood. That Tom
It'll
Cruise
be
for Green
this
Lantern.
generation's the Hulk. They'll do it. Green Lantern. They
We
did
already
with the
fucked up Green Lantern. Why we got to do it again?
right?
That's
Who got
pretty
okay?
tough.
Okay,
They
here's the
talk it
question:
over and over and over.
Who would you guys cast for the new Green Lantern if we were to reboot the DCEU and the Green Lantern is the first movie? Who do you cast?
I would cast
Nicolas
someone that-
Cage.
I don't.
Seriously.
In all honesty, I mean, for a character like this, I want an unknown, someone that's not been in the spotlight, someone that we've never seen do a superhero movie or even been in movies in general.
Tom Hardy.
Oh no, you know who would be
Someone
good?
nice to look at.
Tom
Oh,
Hardy.
Zac
Gilbert
Efron for Hal
Gottfried.
Jordan. Actually, I would like that.
I would go for Tom Hardy as Hal Jordan, actually.
Idris Elba as Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it
Yeah, that
works,
would work.
but I will also like back that up a little because I think he'd do a good job. I'm gonna back that up and say no, he shouldn't do that because he's fucking been in everything right now, and he's starting to piss me off. If I had a
Hey,
backup,
that dude from Luke Cage could do it too.
Stick Norman Reedus in there.
What's up, cunts? Mark says hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Get off the show and come hang out with our brother.
Yeah, I kind of gotta go, guys.
Okay.
I apologize.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah, you show
apologize
up
for
fucking
the-
late as hell, and now you want to leave early. You
Yeah, I know,
Bye,
I know.
Robert.
I'm getting pulled away for family shit. I was not expecting to show up this late, but I do gotta kind of go. I'm sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
You can fucking scream at me. You can scream at me all you want after I'm off.
I'm gonna,
I'll remember
scream at
that.
you and Mark.
Yep, please. Yeah. Well, Mark, you make Mark scream. You can scream at me, but
Brockus makes me scream.
yeah.
Gay.
So gay. So gay.
Did they hear that?
All right, guys. You have a fucking good night and bone in forever.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yes, only way to go.
I couldn't find any boneless twat to fucking come on to defend their position at all tonight.
All right, you're making us feel stupid. We said bye. Go.
All right.
Yeah, get the fuck
Fuck you.
out, Robert.
Later, guys.
Twins.
Fucking Como brothers. I swear to God.
The fact that they sound so much alike will never stop tripping me out.
It's weird
Okay.
because, like, you could argue that they're just one person. That Rob is
I
so
do
fucking
argue
bored.
that all the time. I tell them that all the time. I tell them they're interchangeable. They don't really want to hear that, but they are. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you. I had
Yeah.
fun yelling at Dolphin.
I have to agree with Zell Bruni. Take it easy, Aunie. I have to agree with Zell because I honestly think
Bye,
that
Tit.
Gerard
Thanks,
is
guys.
too old
Good
to play that
one.
role.
Yeah, I'm thinking they want to cast somebody. That's why the Tom Cruise thing, like that rumor, is fucking weird. Because they should go with somebody that they could lock in for, I'd say, a good 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and even like as much as I want Idris Elba to play Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, personally, I think because he is everywhere and he is Heimdall over in the MCU, and unless they kill Heimdall, he won't do it. But since Killmonger is possibly dead, I could see Michael B. Jordan playing Jon Stewart, like a young Jon Stewart.
Here's two interesting ideas for Green Lantern if you want semi-unknowns. The Drake and Josh kid that got skinny all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Would be an interesting choice. Or Rupert Grant, or Grint, or however you say his last name.
Yeah, Rupert Grint,
Ron.
yeah.
They don't put him in anything anymore, and he looks totally different than he did.
He
when was
doesn't,
younger.
he doesn't
actually-
like to do stuff, really. He just likes to chill with his money.
Yeah, Rupert, he does a lot of small stuff in the UK, like TV shows and like made-for-TV movies.
He does theater,
or
too.
shit like that. And a lot of theater, yeah. He doesn't really do the big-time stuff like with Emma Watson or fucking Daniel Radcliffe.
So who's gonna be Batgirl then? Has that been decided?
No.
I vote Emma Stone.
I vote Chloe Grace Moretz, Hit Girl.
I
Oh,
can't
yeah, that's
stand
cool.
her.
Are you serious, dude? She's fucking smoking.
She's a good-looking girl. She can't act for shit. She's fucking awful.
She kind of pisses
She's so
me off
cringe
sometimes.
every time she's in a movie.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm blind.
Josh Peck, that's the actor's name from Drake and Josh.
Yeah, him. He should do it. That'd be cool. But you know who I want to see come back? She could be Batgirl. I don't care. I don't even know what she looks like anymore or what she's doing now. But Dakota Fanning. You never fucking see her anymore. She used to be a badass.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
wait,
was in
wait,
the
wait,
Twilight
wait.
movies.
What
She was
about
in the
that
Twilight
bitch?
movies.
What about that bitch from Lady Bird or whatever? What's her name? She's Irish.
I don't know.
I don't
Lady
know.
Bird-
I don't know who was in Lady Bird. I know of the movie, but who was in it?
I don't even know that movie.
Look that up real quick. But I don't know. Oh, what
Saoirse
about-
Ronan.
Yeah, Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. And
Yeah. That's a good pick. Yeah.
yeah, and she can actually pull off an American accent.
Yeah, she's a fucking hell of an actress, man.
Yeah, dude, she is. So I vote for her for Batgirl.
Okay, yeah, I'd be cool with that. And then you could have her. She's young enough to where you could lock her in to a DC universe for like 10 years.
I'm saying, right? Just no.
That's a good choice.
Just no fucking of Batman. Fucking.
Oh God.
The Killing Joke. Oh my God, that whole
Why'd
shit.
you bring that up?
That shit was so bad. I'm like,
So
stop it.
cringy and so
That's
rapey.
one of the most annoying fucking things that I've had to deal with when it comes to fans, because like every fucking time somebody tries to bring up Batman and Batgirl hooking up and stuff, I'm like, that only ever happens, one, in pornos, and two, that only ever happened one time in Batman Beyond, because the writers decided to basically fuck with the audience and either leave it very vague to give the idea that Batman and Batgirl were in fact fucking, or to just like, whatever, fuck with it. But then you read the comic books that is actually canonical to the TV show itself to a certain degree, and you find out, yeah, Bruce didn't just fuck Barbara, he got her pregnant
and made her get an abortion.
No, she didn't. He didn't make her get an abortion.
Oh wait, the fight, right? They had a yeah.
And she miscarried because of the drama that was going on when Dick came back into town and was trying to reestablish his relationship with Barbara. And he actually kind of found out without saying anything directly to anybody's face. He kind of knew that Barbara and Bruce were fucking, and it caused so much stress from the fight that she ended up miscarrying. And like, she basically never had a kid ever again. She never married anyone until she was already like in her 40s, and I guess had already gone through menopause. And then she ended up marrying a black dude. And I'm like, that is the most depressing fucking story I think I've ever. Bruce is a piece of shit. He ruins people's lives. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's depressing. It's not as depressing as Harley Quinn's story, but it's pretty fucking depressing.
Harley's story in Batman Beyond was actually not bad.
I don't know about in Batman Beyond. Like, I don't know. I didn't really read the comic books. I've watched, the videos that tell you about the characters and stuff in the comics. But her whole backstory, like if you go across the series, I guess she at one point ends up like she gets abused by the Joker a lot. She abuses him back some. They break up. They stay together. She gets pregnant. She runs away from him so that he doesn't know. Gives up the baby to have a better life, and comes back to the abuse so that her baby can go on and not know about her mama.
That's injustice. You pretty much just labeled like you put 5 different stories into one lore.
Well, then that's what that video I watched did.
Yeah. So when it comes to Harley Quinn, there are actually a few different official stories. In the original conception of Harley Quinn, she was recruited by the Joker because she fell in love with the Joker as his therapist at Arkham Asylum, and she became his technical Robin for crime and everything. As the story continues, she basically stays with the Joker until he becomes too much, and then she ends up leaving him and eventually develops an actual lesbian relationship with Poison Ivy. Which
yes,
I forgot that part.
Sorry,
the cartoon never really makes it obvious what's going on with those two, but there are so many subtle hints that like you pretty much know what's happening.
Dude, in the Bombshell series, it was very much they're kissing, they're fucking, they're in a relationship. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah. And that was so popular that they actually continued with that particular thing into the comic books, much like the character herself. As her story continues in the show, eventually Poison Ivy, I guess, disappears in the entire lore, and Harley just kind of goes back into a relationship with the Joker. But it's temporarily lived because after she gets back with Joker, they end up gassing and kidnapping Tim Drake, torture him for days, and then brainwash him into becoming Joker Jr. because Harley didn't want to actually have a kid and everything. And then eventually the Joker legitimately dies because in the scuffle with Tim Drake actually like breaking the brainwash himself, he pushes the Joker and the Joker accidentally electrocutes himself. Harley in that fight against Batgirl ends up falling into some kind of careen or something like that. And when she's believed to be dead. When she eventually wakes up, she realizes the Joker is actually dead and just disappears entirely. Harleen Quinzel even actually disappears entirely. She starts a new life and has a family of her own. And then her grandkids later are these twin girls who join up with the gang called the Jokers, and their names are Dee Dee and Dottie, and they legitimately beat the shit out of Bruce Wayne. And at the end, this is all explained as well in Batman Beyond. It's the Return of the Joker movie. And then she has to come and retrieve her fucking daughters, Dee Dee and Dottie, and she essentially punishes them, and you realize, oh God, that's fucking Harley. But in the comic books, she's gone through so much worse shit. She's been physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused by the Joker. She's had broken bones. She's had a dislocated jaw. She's been shot. She's been stabbed. She's been thrown off of buildings by Joker. She's gone through so much shit. And then in other stories, she also, after going through all that torture as hell, ends up in a relationship with Poison Ivy, who eventually abandons her entirely for Swamp Thing / the Green, because she becomes a new technical guardian of this mystical area in the DC universe called the Green, which is essentially what kind of keeps plant life throughout the world alive and shit like that. There's a lot of fucking stuff behind that.
What is that and why?
It's Shazam, isn't it? Oh God,
That's not an on-set photo, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
I've
He
seen
looks
that
so
everywhere.
gay.
It looks fucking retarded.
God.
Oh fuck! I just realized.
Who's playing him?
John Hamm, it looks like.
It looks like Jimmy Fallon.
Is that fake?
No. I've seen that all over the fucking internet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it could just be like this is a stunt double.
That suit looks fucking horrible.
Well, I think it's because they had a lot of complaints with the Superman suit. Everyone kept saying it's so dark, it doesn't look colorful.
I like that suit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like.
It makes me think of that. Or whatever.
What?
The one that his cape got sucked into the plane on The Incredibles, whichever one he was.
Syndrome. Yeah, no capes.
No capes.
No capes. But yeah, try telling that to the DC universe. I mean, they fucking have capes everywhere.
The DC movie, well, yeah, the DC universe is really heavy on capes. It's also really heavy on the concept of sidekicks and team ups and all that shit. It's one of the reasons why DC kind of sucks in comparison to Marvel, because Marvel's
please.
Like, fuck your capes.
No, Marvel's like, let's create things that an 8-year-old would fucking love. Here you go. Avengers. Done.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Gay.
You know what's funny?
You want to bring that picture back up, Samaj? That's fucking gay.
Hey, I'm not into Shazam, nor am I into Black Adam or any of that. I'm not even a fan of Superman, but I love me some DC.
So you just took out the most important character in a universe you're trying to defend.
Yeah, but I never liked Superman ever. He was too
fair
goody.
enough. That's
too
a mark
goody.
against DC, right?
Yeah, I mean he's too goody two shoes for me. That's just me.
What do you think if this should have been the pairing?
John Cena.
I mean, he's got the build for it. He could do it.
I'd be down.
But I don't know.
I like Margot Robbie as Harley. I mean, that's just me. Dead ass.
No one has any complaints with her.
Dat ass dough.
She doesn't have an ass, and she was annoying in that movie.
Harley is annoying.
Bloodsports.
Yeah, it's kind of her thing.
Blood for the blood god.
She even calls that out in the movie that it's kind of her thing to be annoying.
I am vexing.
That doesn't make you less annoying when you are self-aware that you're annoying.
But I mean, it makes it silly to point out that she is annoying when she herself admits that she is annoying. Like,
It's not silly to point out; it's still a critique. Fucking annoying in that movie. And Harley Quinn from the '90s animated Batman series wasn't annoying. She was cool, but in the Suicide Squad movie, she just came off as too fucking tryhard. Like she didn't even know what her character was supposed to be.
That's actually because a lot of people have. Here's one of my biggest problems with DC, EU, and Warner Brothers movie makers and stuff like that. They don't understand the characters. Every fucking movie, and I will argue this, every single movie that they do with DC comic heroes, they don't understand the character, and they do it wrong.
Actually, from what I've heard, the issues that you notice with the Joker and Harley's character is mainly because they cut out most of them from the movie. So you miss a lot of the acting that they did. And they were, from what I read, they were portraying a specific set of the Joker and Harley, like from the comics. You know, they had a specific set in mind.
That Joker needs to burn in hell. That Joker needs to never come back. The Joker itself ruined the DCEU.
The Joker has never been that obsessed with Harley Quinn. Harley is nothing more than the ends to a means. That's it. That's all it is. If you fuck up
the most popular villain in your universe, if you fuck that guy up, like your universe is done.
The Joker only cares about two people.
That Joker was so fucking try hard and ridiculous.
The Joker only cares about two people, Batman and himself. That's it. He uses as many people as he can, and he pretends that he actually cares about Harley Quinn. But in the end,
they cut out a scene where he's beating the shit out of Harley.
But it's a Jared Leto Hot Topic douche that's beating the shit out of her. It's still the same Joker.
Who gives a fuck?
I give a fuck.
The Joker is so tired and fucking played out as it is, and there are so many better villains in the DC universe they could utilize. The only reason why we're clinging to Batman, Superman, Joker is because that's who we know, or that's who the lay people know.
I don't care when and how they want to introduce Joker. I don't care if they want to put a limelight on him or not, or make him a small part. I just care about, do you fuck him up? And they fucked him up so bad.
I thought he was fine.
No, actually, Bear Dog actually has a very good point. The only real reason why we get so much Batman exposure, why we get so much Joker exposure, is because the people do not know, the people who do not know or casually know comic books are fans of Batman and Joker. Ask almost any fucking person. It's like, hey, do you read comic books? No, not really, but I really like Batman. That's usually what they'll say. Or they'll say, no, but I really like Spider-Man. Something along those lines. Actual diehard comic book fan, I'm not saying Kevin Smith isn't a fan of Batman, but most of what he is a fan of is not Batman. He's a fan of the Green Arrow. He's a fan of the X-Men. He's a fan of Tony Stark, Iron Man. He's a fan of Captain America. Kevin Smith, like myself, is a fan of a lot of different characters, but he does not always default to Batman. It just so happens that Batman is his personal favorite because that was the first character he ever really read when it came to comic books. So yeah, and it's fine. If Batman is your favorite because of that reason, then that's cool.
Yeah,
whatever.
I think it was Dark Knight Returns that pulled him back over into comics because he had given it up for a while, and then his buddy, who's on one of his podcasts, when they were really young, like handed him Dark Knight Returns and was like, "Read this shit."
That's the first one I ever fucking read.
Yeah, because Kevin Smith was like, Kevin Smith had the attitude of like comics are for kids, and then his buddy pulled out Dark Knight Returns and was like, yeah, you tell me if this is for kids. And then Kevin went home and read it and was like, holy fucking shit.
I read that, and then I read V for Vendetta, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
He calls it his Bible.
Love V for Vendetta. Hey guys, I gotta go. My little brother got here, so I gotta go.
Okay, take it easy, Amanda.
Bye guys. See y'all next week.
Yeah, take care.
I love The Dark Knight Returns. It actually is a really great book. The only problem I really have with it is the fans, because they took that way too fucking seriously. there are still fans I fight with, and Dunk can contest to this because she's seen it happen quite a few times. But there are fans who will actually fight with me on Facebook or in general, trying to argue that Batman totally can kill Superman, and here's the proof. And it's just like, do you realize that they ignored most of what fucking Superman is capable of, literally just because he, fucking Miller has a bias. His favorite character was always Batman. He always wanted to write for Batman, so when he got a chance, that's what he did. He has a fucking bias. Unfortunately, if you power scale all the characters individually in the same universe and everything, what you end up having is there's an obvious winner and an obvious loser. The problem is that everybody tries to give the fucking obvious loser way too much shit. Like, well, what about if Batman had fucking prep time? Why are you not going to give Superman prep time? And even then, in 2 seconds, beyond fucking what Batman is capable of actually seeing, perceiving, and all that shit, Superman would kill him within seconds, within milliseconds. That's how fast and strong Superman is. It's just, it's the most ridiculous fight.
I got a hard on for the Trinity. That series, that was like one of my favorite comic book series.
I haven't really read it.
Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite. And besides Batman, it's Wonder Woman. I'm a big Wonder Woman fan.
You're a lesbian, so it's obvious.
Really?
I have to throw a little shade. No, I love Wonder Woman. She's actually one of my favorite fucking female comic book characters.
What did you think of the movie?
I thought the movie was decent. It was way too overhyped. And there is some actual pacing issues. Like, the first half of the movie is great. The second half of the movie moves way too fucking fast.
The villain. That was very underwhelming. That whole fight scene, very underwhelming.
Yeah, like when they put the CGI armor on him, I thought it was like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's totally Ares, not that weirdo mustachio fucking looking Brit. That was off-putting, very off-putting. And then the fight was so lackluster. I was just like, this is kind of disappointing. But then I got even more mad when the movie ended, and I was just like, wait, why the fuck did they establish that it seemed like Ares was hunting Wonder Woman down because that was Hippolyta's fucking biggest fear? But then when you fucking meet up with Ares, it's like, one, he wasn't even hunting her down, and two, he almost killed her instantly because he was just like, I know who you are, bitch. The only reason why I didn't kill you was because I wanted you to see what I see in humanity, and that they are all scum.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you set that up to literally go nowhere, DC. Why do you keep doing this? They do this every fucking movie. They set something up in the very beginning of the fucking movie to literally go nowhere. It does nothing, and it's so fucking confusing because it's like, do not bring up a point in a movie if you're not going to do anything with this. For fuck's sake, at least Marvel actually is more than consistent with that little thing. If they're going to give you something, there is a conclusion. The annoyance is it's a conclusion that happens several movies later. Like when everybody saw the Infinity Gauntlet in the trophy room in Thor, everybody was like, well, we see the Infinity Gauntlet is right. It's a fake.
I don't watch that gay shit, so.
Oh, well, fuck you too.
No, I'm fucking with you, dude. It's cool.
I know, obviously.
Did you see Ragnarok?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I watch all the Marvel movies just to make sure, like, I don't like to say things like, oh, I don't like Marvel because I just don't. I actually take the time to investigate why I don't like it. Like, I love X-Men.
Like, hey, fair enough. Like,
X-Men is like the shit.
Everyone's got their own taste. I think the Bryan Singer X-Men movies, aside from Apocalypse, are close to perfect.
Oh, Chaos, you do not want me to get into that fight. Chaos is in the chat trying to say you want a real Bloodsports. How about Superman versus Goku?
Oh, boy.
Look, we will get into that.
We
will get into that next week. I will contend with anyone when it comes to geek culture, when it comes to fucking like Marvel, DC, all that stuff, who's better, who's worse, shit like that. If you really want to, set somebody up who truly believes that Goku could actually win against Superman in a fucking fight. I will take that motherfucker on and I will make them cry. All right? I will fuck that person up so badly that their children will be affected by it. But That is not what's going to happen tonight. We are actually going to be wrapping things up now. Tonight was the introduction to Silver Age Bloodsports, and it was unfortunately kind of a shit show. But whatever. We had a fight with Vaccinations between Aunie and Dolphin Radio, which they are neither no longer here. Amanda Wolfchild was here, and she was putting her 2 cents in through that particular fight. We've also had Samaj, Outlaw Bear Dog, and Zell Blasty in here. Zell came in like fucking faggot he is. What other fights did we actually have? Was that it?
We didn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We didn't really have many fights going on.
Truck nuts and shit.
And then, of course, I am your technical current host, because I'm the only one of the 4 co-hosts that's actually still here. Brockus. And, of course, as always, Schmeckel, the host of the stream itself, of the channel, cunt stream itself. We have been Silver Age Bloodsports, kind of.
Not really.
Good night, cunts.